Welcome, Professor.
Welcome to Cerebros.
Yeah.
This is the third inaugural episode.
That's right.
This is the third attempt at this podcast under three different rules.
That's
has
right.
it been?
Cerebros homecoming.
Yeah. Just pieces of plastic just falling off the headphones.
Oh.
I'm Greg Stone. This is my brother, Joe. What do they
No
call
one
you?
calls me Joe but you.
Yeah.
People call me Joey. Pretty
Joey.
much across the world.
The Wolf.
The wolf.
South
Joggernaut.
Yeah,
That just happened.
Juggernaut.
Joggernaut just kind of
Juggernaut's
happened
right,
before.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Joggernaut.
Yeah.
I'm trying to not express how excited I am for Joggernaut so that it sticks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
No, we won't ever bring it up again.
Yeah, yeah.
Joggernaut.
Yeah. Juggernaut.
There's no good nicknames for Greg.
No.
Greg the Egg.
Greg.
Greg the Leg.
On the yeah, there's no Greg.
Yeah, yeah. So anyway,
Yeah.
welcome to the Cerebros.
Cerebros.
We're going to be talking. Well, what we're going to be doing. This podcast is based on me and my brother on how we used to just kind of sit up late night, jamming on comic books, talking about, who would win in a fight.
A lot of what
right.
ifs.
Every time a comic book movie comes up, I call you. We discuss. We have hour-long conversations of how we would have done it better. We have hour-long, castings, all that shit.
And I would just watch them do it. It was great.
Mhm.
That was always the third one.
Yeah, for a tech guy, you got a lot to say.
This is your dream. This is your dream.
I don't think in the current climate I'm going to take part in two white guys making fun of a Hispanic gentleman.
Whiter
or
than
beating
us.
him up.
That's all right.
Yeah.
That's all right. My son's white. My wife's white. I did it. I
Oh,
took
you
from-
did
I
it?
took from you guys. Yeah.
No, he's
Okay.
in then. That's
Yeah.
all you need.
Your son's white?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Half.
Oh, but he looks white.
He looks white. Yeah.
And you're Puerto Rican.
I think.
Half? You think?
No, I am.
Okay. What do you mean you think?
No,
Your
I'm
dad's Puerto Rican.
Yeah, I'm Puerto Rican.
Is your mom Puerto Rican?
She is. Yes, but Arabic.
like that he-
Arabic
like,
grandpa.
Is your dad Puerto Rican? Yes. Is your mom Puerto Rican?
also
She is?
Yes. She's a Puerto Rican adjacent.
Not 100% sure. Oh, the fan. I got to turn the fan off. All right, let's get going, man. Let's jump right into it.
The
Wolf,
fan is
Joe,
off.
thanks for driving up to Queens. We're in the we are live on video. Jose, thanks for getting the video up. We think the
welcome.
video. As of right now, we have video.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that fan's probably going to stay on.
Listen,
It immediately
No,
got cold.
we might have bugs to work out.
Yeah, yeah. But this is the test episode.
That's right.
I'm not worried about it. I think it's going to be great.
Now, how do we go on and get into this? What do you want to talk about? I mean, this is so crazy that I just this with the Rad Dudecast. My other podcast, Rad Dudecast.
Yeah.
We don't do topics. Do you want to just get right into it? What did you think about? How do you think? Where do you think they're going to go with MCU, Joe?
No pressure.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
Well,
I'm a
what do you
little-
prefer to see? Do you want to see them go into dimensions, going the alternate universe type shit? Because that's what they're kind of pretending to think in the
No, I
homecoming
don't think
preview.
I don't think that's going to be like that much.
Oh,
I don't think. I think the Mysterio thing is bullshit.
what do you mean? 'Cause
I
this
think-
is what I want to get into.
I think Mysterio saying he's from another dimension is bullshit.
Absolutely. Here's the thing, right? This is what people don't even understand. As soon as someone said, "Oh, they're doing interdimensions with Mysterio," I was like, "It's Mysterio. It's all
Yeah.
lies.
Yeah.
Every single thing
Yeah.
we're seeing is a lie. I don't
Yeah.
even know if this is a real trailer."
It's all
Yeah.
bullshit.
It's not even
This
really
is-
Jake Gyllenhaal.
No, it's not. It's actually Brad Pitt in a
Yeah.
Jake Gyllenhaal mask,
Yeah.
and at the end you're like, "Fuck."
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Mysterio's real, and he has convinced us all he's fake by putting on this movie. It's all lies.
So
Nick
bad.
Fury ain't there. No one. They're not in Italy.
I heard you show up, and the movie starts, and it's actually like Gremlins 3 or something.
Oh,
It's
that'd
not
be
even.
awesome.
It's not even a Spider-Man movie.
No.
Yeah.
It's went full on.
Yeah, and it is the greatest prank that Mysterio ever pulled.
Right. They go to the multiverse where Gremlins 3 is like rebooted twice.
Yeah.
There
It's
really wasn't a Gremlins 3.
fantastic.
No, there was never a Gremlins 3. It's crazy that there's not a Gremlins 3. There should be a Gremlins 3.
I mean, based alone on the strength of Gremlins 2, you'd think,
Gremlins 2 is amazing.
because they opened up a lot of doors with Gremlins
Yeah.
2.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Transgender before anyone was doing it.
God,
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah, for
Half
anyone.
Veggie.
They were open.
remember?
Yeah.
The veggie guy.
You ever
Yeah.
see that Key and Peele sketch? It's like the funniest sketch ever.
Which one?
Where
Which-
it's, it's the doctor. No, he's like the script doctor who comes in, and he's like, they bring me in for sequels, and he's like, we're gonna go around the room, just say anything, and we'll see where we go, right? And he's like, I don't know, he was like a brainy gremlin, and he's like, Brady, it's in the movie. And they just go to every single, and he's like, I don't know, the Hulkster? The Hulkster? Oh, he's in the movie. He breaks the fourth wall? Not only is in the movie, is in the movie. And they just, everyone,
That's right.
everything everyone
That's
says
the
goes in the
pitch
movie.
scene,
Yeah. It's great. Well, what do you think about the Spider-Man Homecoming trailer? What do you think that
I liked
keep going.
it.
I interrupted you.
I liked it. I thought I have mostly liked the new. I really like Tom Holland.
Mm-hmm.
The movies I have mostly liked. They seem skewed at a little bit of a younger age than me. They
Yeah.
seem to have a little bit less edge
Mm.
than the other Avengers movies in the
Mhm.
main Disney line. But I've liked them for the most part. I thought what they did with Vulture was freaking awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the Vulture
yeah.
angle was great.
Vulture was
Yeah.
sick. I like that. The outfit was fucking
So good.
perfect.
Yeah.
The way they pulled it out of him getting the wreckage and everything else.
The
I love-
twist of it being the dad was awesome.
Yeah, Michael
was.
Keaton's a fucking lock in
He's the
everything.
man.
He's never bad.
Perfect in everything.
Yeah.
And I liked it. And I like it looks cool. I don't know what Italy has to do with fucking anything. That's a little fucking weird.
The Far From Home. That's my big problem with these Spider-Man movies is that New York City is a main character in Spider-Man.
It's
he needs to be there.
off-putting. Like I
Yeah.
can't think of any reason why it would need to be in Italy, which makes it weird.
Can I give you one reason?
Yeah.
If he's actually in a warehouse in Manhattan, thinking he's in Italy,
Oh.
but it's Mysterio.
Ooh.
Why not?
Well, I guess we should just tell them this isn't actually Cerebros. This is Spider-Man.
This
Far
is-
From Home.
It's all Mysterio.
Surprise,
gang.
yes.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Welcome to the preview. You're getting it right now.
Yeah. I don't know, and I don't think everyone keeps thinking they're going to get into the multi-dimensional stuff.
I don't
and
need all that bullshit. It's done to death. All the like multiple dimension shit and all the dimensions are gonna collapse on each other. Like we've done it. We've seen it.
And
Like,
I would
don't
hate-
mind someone
it's
from
a-
another dimension popping in and being like weird and cool.
Yeah.
But I don't want to see 9,000 Spider-Men in the. You know what I mean? Or
It's a
Yeah.
cheap way to bring in the X-Men.
yeah.
I think the danger there is, so they do the multiverse, and then what stops them from going to another dimension and just stealing their Tony Stark?
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? It's like,
Well, then you're stealing someone else's Tony Stark. You can't just steal
yeah.
Tony Stark's.
Nah, yeah, but
Kind of fucked up.
yeah.
We're taking your Tony Stark. Well, we're the Avengers. We're going to fight you.
Or,
Yeah,
You're
we-
kidnapping our Tony Stark.
Tony Stark's the sole survivor of his dimension, or
right.
or Pepper and the daughter died in that dimension. He's
Yeah.
like, well, I'd rather be in this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like, you know how like
That's smart.
the Thanos from that dimension
You
went
say
to the
Thanos.
I do say Thanos.
You do.
That's fair.
I know it's Thanos.
You're a
but I'm
Thanos guy.
No, there's two
guy.
different types.
We're Magneto guys.
I'm
Magneto.
Magneto guy. He's
I
a
love
magnet.
I love
He's Magneto.
I'm with it.
I
So
refuse.
You
Give
can
him a
have
magnet.
you can
I
have
love it.
Thanos.
Yes.
I cut you off.
I
Thanos.
did, so you know how Thanos comes from a different timeline, goes to the future, and then dies. So that timeline is infinitely safer now. So I think an even trade would be like, okay, we killed your Thanos, hand over the Tony. Like, I
But
think
he's
it'd be
not from
hilarious.
that. He's not from a different timeline. He's from our timeline. That was the whole thing with Avengers Endgame is that there were no splitting timelines in that movie.
Mm.
He was just going forward, coming back, going forward. That's none of the bullshit that they usually do in these movies.
You sure? He
Yes,
wasn't
he's
multi-
nice. From
maybe.
he, if you go to the past, it doesn't fuck up your past.
right.
So
no,
he
that's what I'm saying.
came
That's a
from-
different. That's a
That was the
different-
good thing they did. They definitely explained the rules
Yeah.
for the
Oh,
time
they did a
travel
good
in the
job.
movie.
Yeah, and they joked about it, which was great.
Yeah.
That's how you get around it. That's
Yeah,
how you
make
get
it-
around the
make it
wonky.
bit.
Yeah, you make a bit. Exactly.
If you could do a bit, then it works. Why is it true? Because it's funny.
Right.
Yeah, but it also that them leaning. It was so great that they were leaning on like the only thing you know about time travel is what you've seen in movies, which is so true because we all
true.
just like, well, I know how it works. Why? I've seen these movies. It's like,
That's great.
yeah, that was a fucking guy in Hollywood
Yeah.
who was, you don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Sorry to curse. I know this is a no cursing podcast.
Is it?
Well, I
Yeah.
decided that.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we're
Ooh.
Joe.
right
I
now,
gotta,
we're rebranding in the
you
middle.
gotta
of
take the sunglasses on. You look so cool, but I can't read your eyes.
Seems like
I like to look
jealousy.
into my brother's eyes.
Feels like jealousy.
It is jealousy. I want my sunglasses back.
Joe, I say keep it on.
I agree.
Um,
There you
all
go.
right.
All in favor of me keeping them?
Yeah. Aye.
God damn, I hate Parliament.
That's right.
But I will adhere. I will adhere to the rules.
Greg Stone fucked in the ass by democracy once again.
Theresa May retired.
I will say this real quick, a little aside. Anthony DeVito, my friend and a comedian.
Yeah, we know.
You know him. Well, I know. For the people, because right now we have thousands upon thousands of new viewers from the comic book world. They don't know about the
Millions.
greatest, funniest podcast to ever exist, the Rad
This is
Dudecast.
cross promotion.
Hey, you know,
Some
let's
of
go,
them
let's
are
go.
good.
Let's get it. Let's
Maybe
get it.
one guy or one or two guys.
I like crossover.
DeVito and I called the ending of Game of Thrones as a bit 2 years ago.
Yeah, that hurts.
When they were like, who's going to be the head of the Game of Thrones? Anthony goes, I don't know, give it to the retard in the wheelchair.
My God.
You know, sorry to say the R word. Yeah, whatever. But like we were in our own room having a
Oh,
good
I
time.
get
We
it.
were drunk.
You guys are
you know?
animals.
And I go, it will end in democracy. They will vote for the new king. And we were like, that's hilarious. And then it was like, well, that's how they did it. And I was happy.
Yeah,
I was happy
they
with it,
pitched that as a bit in the episode. It's just like he was like, "How about democracy?" And they were like, sit down, queer." Like, really? Like, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I will say they didn't like the idea of the people voting.
Yeah.
But they're
Yeah.
still voting. I still call that democracy.
It's a
A
step.
fledgling.
It's baby democracy.
Yeah.
Democracy adjacent. Yeah.
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 Definitely a Jace.
Yeah.
How do you guys want to see the X-Men be brought into the MCU?
I don't.
Fuck.
You know what? I've
really?
had enough X-Men.
Wow.
So let's wrap this shit
Yeah.
up. I'm fucking with you.
No. Oh, yes.
How
Oh, my God.
upset
Fair
he got. You saw how fucking upset he got?
No, I got really
God.
nervous too. I almost quit.
Oh,
Yeah.
no,
I mean,
was very mad.
do you?
So I guess you're
relaunch
just a
the-
host now, huh? You're just just kidding. I'm sorry.
Can't
dude.
give you a
Take
can't
I
give you a
don't-
mic.
I don't- okay,
Do you immediately launch with a Wolverine? Like, is that the first focus that you?
I
how do
think
you
the cool
really-
thing that they should do is because they're going to set up their X-Men and they
Mhm.
got to set up their Wolverine before they come together. So there could be something where you can still do your Weapon X
Yeah.
and have your X-Men team go and get the Wolverine
Yeah.
because he's a mutant. Like something happens where they're able to catch him up on Cerebro. They're like, oh, there's a mutant over here. I'm going to send my X-babies out there and like a bunch of kids going to save Wolverine. Oh, it's a whole fucking movie while he's still Bestial Wolverine.
Yeah.
I think would be fucking incredible.
Yeah.
You can have your.
So
you
you're
know what
saying
I'm
do an X-Men movie first and then bring Wolverine in later? Kinda
No,
like the real
first
X-Men?
first X-Men movie. Maybe you do a little montage or something. You got your young Cyclops, your young Iceman.
Now, pause. You want young X-Men.
yeah, not young. I like the age of X-Men First Class. I thought that was okay.
That was good.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? I think you have to, or you know what I mean? I think you send those guys to go get Savage Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
And
Because
what do you mean, Savage? He's just got
he's
up.
just,
broke out of
he's
Weapon X?
escaped out of Weapon X, you know, and that's why he pings on Cerebro. You're up in the north up there, you
Mhm.
know what I mean? And you're like
He's fighting the Hulk.
you're trying to bring him
Why
in.
not?
Or not the Hulk, but you could have fucking Wendigos up there and
Omega Red.
shit.
Sure.
Let's do
Yeah,
Omega
but
Red.
the first issue he fought the Hulk. You know, why not have that?
Yeah, you
It's
could
like
do.
a
Oh
weird
yeah,
fun
they're
little
all
thing.
the same now.
The Hulk's out there just doing whatever
yeah,
he's
because
doing.
Universal isn't making any fucking Hulk movies. That's why they.
Yeah,
That's
that
why they did.
sucks.
Thor. That's why they did
Sucks.
Ragnarok.
Mm-hmm.
Because Universal's just like.
Yeah. No, totally. But I'm saying,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I didn't mean to cut you off, but keep going.
No, I think Omega Red might be the way to go if you have the young X-Men trying to get Wolverine, and then like an Omega Red or a Maverick or anybody from the Weapon X program
Yeah.
on their behalf also out there trying to get them. Maybe they pretend like they're a good guy and like I'll help you find them. Some bullshit
Yeah.
like that.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of three-way fighting,
Yeah.
big, you know, and then that's when, you know, maybe like like Jean Grey kind of saves his mind, and that's where his attachment to her forms.
I like that.
You know,
Yes.
I just wrote that whole fucking movie.
There
I
you
don't.
go.
That's
Oh, I love
gold.
it.
Yeah, we're destroying this. We're just gonna.
Well, those are my main
just
questions.
write
My,
that.
my main questions are: do you prefer to see
That's how
X-Men
I would do it.
as a young team, or do you like seeing the? I prefer.
I like
this is
both.
selfish. I prefer them. Nah, man, we were the students 30 years ago. We're adults now. I like a 25 to 30-year-old Cyclops.
I don't think they're gonna do it though. That's the
Well,
only
they
thing.
already did the young kids in the other movies. I think that's how you can differentiate between this X-Men and the old X-Men.
No, I don't. I think there's some kind of perception that like the younger kids make more money because kids will want to go see it. That's what I think.
Well, they'd have to look at how Homecoming did, because I prefer. Yeah, it's
well,
true. You know.
well, that's the youngest Spider-Man there's been.
Yeah, exactly. So if
Yeah.
if they're getting numbers that are just like
Like I could go either way.
yeah,
You know, because like adult strong team leader Cyclops is like one of my favorite things.
that's the thing I want the most. That's what I want. I'm sorry, I cut you off again. I'll keep going.
no, I was done.
What I want the most is heavy. You know, makes you.
You know
You
what?
did so great. You made Captain America before the movies. You'd be like, Captain America kind of sucks, right?
No one would
Nice.
ever say that in my fucking presence.
I know. I break him down too.
That's
But
gross.
Cyclops is also awesome. Write him well. Write him as your fucking. You know, he's a stern but just adult.
He slept on as a leader for sure.
Slept on. He's the best
That's
leader
his, that's
in
his gimmick, though. That's his gimmick.
And that's the thing that was
he's-
fucked up because we had actually done a podcast, and I had said I want Cyclops to lead an Avengers team.
Yes.
because I think that would go, and I think that's something Captain America would do because he's not about like oppression. He's like, yo, they're being mean to the mutants. I'm gonna get me a fucking mutant on
Get me
this
a mutant.
team.
Yeah.
Then they made an Avengers team with mutants on it. They did a whole
Yeah.
thing, and they put Havoc as the leader of that team. Which
Yeah.
Havoc is one of my all-time fucking favorites. I was stoked.
You've always been a Havoc guy.
I'm a Havoc guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm all in. But I was stoked, but also I'm like, Cyclops would have been huge. Yeah, Cyclops as
Cyclops.
you know what I mean?
Yes.
Cyclops is like Avengers C team. Not C as in least good, but you know, you
He's the.
You know what I mean?
He's Avengers Blue.
Yeah.
He's like,
yeah, one of those. Exactly.
Cyclops, there's two issues that always show me people who understand Cyclops. It was X-Men Unlimited. Do you remember that? I can't really remember if it was like X-Men Unlimited 1. It was like him, Storm, Professor X are in a plane, like crashes in Antarctica, and he loses his visor, and he pulls off the, like the bandolier thing he wears,
little thing?
and he wears it on his eyes because in there is just like ruby quartz. Like that's why he's got that thing all the time.
Right.
And he's
Explained it.
blind the whole time, and he's like carrying Storm, who can't control the weather because they're in Antarctica, and it was like, yo, this is Cyclops being a down-ass fucking leader, getting through it. And the second time, Joss Whedon, astonishing X-Men, the Sentinel comes through, and he was like, get this thing off my lawn. He just rips the visor off, blasts everything, and Wolverine goes, sometimes I remember why we make you the leader. And it's like, that's
what
fucking
you need.
Cyclops. That's who you need in the movie. That's X-Men.
Yeah.
X-Men movies have not been the X-Men movie to me because they've never done Cyclops right. And
No,
he
yeah.
is key.
Yeah, no, absolutely, I agree.
They
Key.
play him too weak, and he's for someone with such a prestigious bloodline. I mean, from Cyclops, you have the Jean Grey story, you have Cable, you have
Cable.
X-Man, but isn't that his son?
Yeah, his son.
Yeah,
Yeah.
X-Man. You have like
I
Joe,
was
you
agreeing.
said that in a way.
No,
Yeah.
That was
backing up
question.
like
I got really
Cable.
nervous.
Cable?
But I mean, like, there's
did
so
I?
much attached to
Yeah,
him,
yeah.
like Cable.
The Starjammers, that whole space
Yeah.
thing.
She's
The
like
other
Corsair.
Summers brother who's leading the Shi'ar
Yeah.
Empire
Roman?
right now.
Not Roman. What the fuck's his name? Not Roman.
Shithead.
Remulin?
Romulus?
Nebula? Not
no,
Nebula.
Romulus is
No, it's... Why am I blank? I blank on these names all the time.
Well, guess what? I'm your Jamie.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but you're right. It's huge.
So they got another space brother out there, which would take them into space for the Shi'ar shit. Because
Makes me mad that I can't think of
because
it.
last time we actually said that Marvel spaceship is normally trash.
What do you mean?
Before Annihilation,
Yes,
we
of
said
course.
that good, like Marvel,
Their
in
spaceship
space
wasn't
was trash.
Good till like 08.
But the X-Men stuff in space with the fucking Brood
Agreed.
and the Shi'ar Empire,
And I think that's
and
where they're gonna aim.
Gladiator, that was good shit.
I think the X-Men.
Gladiator.
I think the X-Men are going to aim. I think they're going to aim to do more space stuff with X-Men in the movies as a way to differentiate from the shit. Because there is fatigue. People are
Yeah.
fatigued by the X-Men.
I
We all are.
I feel like Marvel's like super progressive mindset. They're not going to throw away an opportunity to do some kind of racism parallel with
But they
mutants.
did that.
But they don't
I
really-
think
yeah.
They don't care. They did that. They made 19 Spider-Man movies. They don't care what they've done because
Yeah.
it's always a new group,
That's
and
never
their
been
number
done.
one fear is to not fuck it up.
Yeah,
So they're going to do the easy shit.
I think the X-Men is an epitaph for racism.
I mean, that was their main thing.
That was a thing.
I'm
That
not
was why-
listen, and I'm not speaking for myself. I'm
Sure.
saying that's what I think they will do.
But I think if you
Yeah,
look
but
at
what do you want them to do? But
if
continue
you look,
with it. I
if you look
apologize.
at no, it's okay. If you look at Black Panther was the same situation, right? Where it was like literally like a racial.
But here's the thing
subtone.
with Black Panther. I don't think Black Panther was as much like dealing with racism as it was to be solely empowering to black folks.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's true.
Because like, who was the big racist guy in there who was like, "Fuck these Africans"? It wasn't. It didn't
was Claw,
really
and that's
happen.
not even
You know what
really-
I'm saying?
Mhm.
There was more about. This is a movie about all black dudes and being incredible,
Yes.
which was awesome.
Can I tell you? So I was talking with this one guy, one of my black friends. I have a few. One. I
Yeah,
have one.
right.
And I don't even like
Diving
him.
right
that much.
into
No,
it.
I'm kidding.
He's,
So-
actually, he's talking about you, Jose.
No, we were talking about Black Panther, and he was like, "You got to admit though, Black Panther was better than Infinity War." And I went, "You're stupid. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life." And I didn't understand. I was like, "Why is this guy even saying this? Is crazy, right?"
Yeah.
But then I was talking to somebody else about Spider-Man, and they're like, "What do you think about Into the Spider-Verse?" I went, "I cried at one point. It was the very beginning of the movie, and straight through the whole movie." And they were like,
It was
"Why
at the opening credits, and I stopped at the end credits.
Yes, I bawled the whole movie. And they're like, why? I was like, well, my whole life I had connected so much to that character. And then my friend was like, yeah, and that's what kind of Black Panther is. It was like, to finally have this moment is going to make this the best movie for this. And I was like, that's kind of beautiful. I get that. So I was like, all right, cool. You know, and that's race talk on Cerebros.
Yeah. And that's
We
the bit
tackled
we
the
like
topics.
to call "We're Not Racist." It's been recorded.
Yeah. No, but I thought that was kind of like a cool. Like I was like, I never really thought about it like that. I just figured it was like
Yeah.
he's black, he's better because I'm black and I like black people better. And I was like, that feels shitty.
Empty. It feels empty, right?
That felt
Yeah,
shitty and empty,
yeah.
and it was like, oh no, you have the feelings that I have for Spider-Man because Spider-Man taught me how to read.
Yeah.
You know, like that's how I did it. And I was
Right.
like, and
Yeah.
him explaining,
But not for nothing. Nobody loved Black Panther, who was under the age of like 40, up until that very last run they did when like when Claw teamed up with the Rhino.
Yeah.
Who
Yeah.
wrote that? You remember
Was
the
it-
last
you
one?
know,
they
I
did?
don't do good with writers.
Ta-Nehisi Coates? You talking about the new one?
No. It was the one before the movie came out, but like 2 years
Oh.
before the movie came out. And it
When
was
they
like
were-
they
yeah.
were like, we're bringing Black Panther back, and I think they did that because they knew they were going to start doing the movie.
Yeah.
And it was fucking sick. Like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
fucking that whole run was fucking bonkers. That was the first really good Black Panther comic book
Mm.
in a long time.
Yeah.
Is that like a
Yeah, that was great. I know exactly what you're talking about
Because
now.
Black Panther,
yeah,
Ramita
it's a little bit
drew it.
early. Yes,
Is that-
Ramita drew it.
yes.
Is that after Illuminati?
It was
Is
the
that like-
Ramita stuff,
Because Black
and they
Panther
made Shuri badass too.
was like we talked about last time. He would show up in other people's shit, and you'd be stoked.
yes,
You're like, yeah,
he
Black
had the
Panther's
Infinity
here.
Gauntlet in Infinity, I think.
Oh,
Well, I'm not sure if
they
it was
had it in Secret Wars, which was the new Secret Wars, which was.
I'm pretty
fucking-
sure didn't Illuminati come out after that?
when after what?
After
Not
that,
after Infinity.
that Ramita run.
No,
The
I
Black
mean,
Panther run?
dude. What did you? Illuminati was happening when I was going to your apartment in that old place. That's how old it is. It's like 2002, 04 maybe.
Fuck.
Jose, what year was that? Sorry, but
That's fine.
these are the.
This
You
is
do
it.
have the computer open.
This is it.
You
By the
have
way,
worked your way
I
into
did.
co-host, which I
I
love.
somehow did this.
But you still have to look stuff up.
Did by the way, to answer your question before, you talking about Gabriel Summers, Vulcan? Is that who you're talking
Vulcan.
Yes,
Yes, Vulcan.
Vulcan.
I don't know why I was blanking.
about? That's
What-
my
I
rules.
said a bunch
don't
of weird
answer
words.
a new question until I answer the last question.
That's fair. That is fair. Get that last
He has
question
a
answered.
code.
He'll just walk into a wall for a year because we can't figure out something because the internet goes down.
He has a code.
But what you're saying actually brings up a great point. Is that the thing that you and I both noticed because we had talked about this years ago, and before I even get into that, I want to talk about. I love that you're referencing last time on the last podcast, which we did one episode of Cerebros 3 years ago. That who knows where it is.
I know where it is because it's fucking incredible. It's a fantastic
Goddamn
episode.
But this is our reboot. This is our issue 1. This is our new first issue.
Okay.
So anyway, what I want to say is that when we first started. In like 2000s, they started putting all these really great writers on Avengers out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And it was like, why are they doing this? And it was like, oh, because the X-Men rights are with Fox, and they need to ramp up this new team.
Yeah.
And they started doing, great great Avengers, making Captain America cool, doing all like new Avengers. All this shit was really awesome.
New Avengers was the shit.
New Avengers
because the Avengers was like any jerk off can be an Avenger.
Right. They
And then-
diluted the brain a
And like
little bit.
Bendis was like, no,
Yes,
we're gonna have
mightiest.
everybody great.
Yeah.
Why would you not have? They're the mightiest.
Yeah.
Bendis went like this. Listen, bitch.
Yeah.
Wolverine, Spider-Man, Hulk,
Yeah.
Thor.
Yeah.
Remember the Sentry?
Yeah,
He's in the movie.
he's coming back.
Yeah, it was fucking amazing.
Because Justice League is Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman.
Of course.
It's like the fucking elite.
It's the
And-
Trinity.
And everybody was saying like, I remember like all these things like, well, who would win? The Avengers or the Justice? It was like the fucking Justice League would
Yeah.
butt fuck the Avengers all over the place. Like,
Yes.
there was a guy dressed like an armadillo on the Avengers at one point. It was a literal fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right. That they did it right. Now, that being said, that's moving us into what they're doing now. Did you hear about this? It's old news now. It might have already started. I'm so out of the loop with this. They're canceling all the X-Men issues because Hickman's coming back,
Oh, thank God.
and he's going to be doing all of the X-Men because what they're doing now is, hey, Hickman, write us some comics so that we can loosely base this off the movies.
Oh,
That is
yeah.
definitely what they're doing.
Oh, yeah.
Hickman, you want to
And
write a
that's-
movie?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
And he was
that's-
like, yes.
and I think they just went,
And he's
hey,
good with that sciencey shit. Like
and that's what I think they're doing. I think they're doing space, science, crazy shit.
Yeah.
And I honestly think that they're just going to be like, I think they asked him, they're like, hey, what do you want? And he went, everything. And they went, it's yours. You have
I
to.
listen, I guarantee you what actually happened was they were like, we're going to give it to Bendis is gone.
Bendis
Yeah.
is gone.
We got so fucking Hickman or, like, that's it. Top
yeah,
shelf.
aim a little bit better here like this.
Aim what? It's pressed against my open mouth.
Yeah,
inside his
No,
mouth.
but see this? There's no microphone
It's no
here.
good?
The microphone picks up here.
Jose, can you hear me?
Yes. Now you are
Yes.
you are licking the.
I'm not
It
licking
is in
it.
your. It is
Look
in
at
your
it more.
mouth.
Look at it more. There you go.
Yeah.
You want to make it fucking weird?
So hot.
Yeah. So they brought Hickman instead of Bendis.
Well, Bendis was gone, and they needed a fucking top flight dude.
Yeah.
And Hickman is
Top
that dude.
flight. Yeah. I know. Well, comics right now. I was talking to somebody the other day, and it makes me so annoyed is because right now comics aren't in a very great place Marvel-wise. I think they're fine, but do you remember? I would go to your house. It was early 2000s. You had Garth Ennis Punisher, Astonishing X-Men, Whedon, Straczynski on Spider-Man, Bendis on Ultimate Spider-Man, Bendis on fucking Daredevil and Avengers. I think it was like all the same time.
Bendis was just like,
Bendis was doing everything.
yeah, he just wrote every goddamn
And it was
book.
good.
But every-
it
Yeah.
was good.
That is maybe the best time, in my opinion, one of the best times in comic books in history.
He literally wrote a page of Luke Cage butt fucking what's her name,
Jessica Jones.
and everyone just was like, all right,
Yeah.
it happened in a comic book.
Yeah.
Like they're like, well, it was Marvel Knights. It's butt fucking in a
straight up.
comic book.
Yes.
Yeah.
And nobody was just like,
Yeah.
okay.
They just looked the other way. They're like, yeah.
Well,
Bendis
it was
is-
Max.
so
It was the
okay.
Max. We take it to the
was
Max.
it the Max line?
It was Max, baby. We're maxed.
Did you see that thing where they put Batman's dick in an issue?
Yeah, I don't even understand.
Mm,
They did.
It
It was fucking weird. Like
was just
there
a-
was a panel turn, and he was like naked, like in a dark room, and he turned, and he was covered in shadow, but the clear outline of his dick
that was a dick print in
was
for,
shadow.
for
Yeah.
no reason.
Yeah,
that's
Google it.
weird. God damn it.
This is what you have
To
to
answer
learn
your
to
question
do.
from before,
Yes.
the Illuminati first appeared in the Century arc of New Avengers,
Yes.
written by Brian Michael Bendis.
Yes.
And
Brian
that was
Mackle?
in 2006.
Brian McElmore
Brian
Bendis?
McElmore. Brian McElmore. Brian Michael Bendis.
I love we might as well put all our cards on the table. You know I'm a huge fan of the Century.
You're a Sentry guy.
You
I'm
got
like,
me
I'm
on
like
the
the
Century.
only
You
Century
handed-
guy.
You
You
handed
are
me
a
the
big
Century, and
I-
you were like, "Don't talk to me until you read this."
I
They fuck him up constantly.
I liked the Sentry. They were strong with the Sentry, and the thing that pisses me off is I always got to look at this fucking Hyperion guy who is the
Ugh.
lamest.
Yeah.
Ugh.
He looks lame. He looks corny. I don't care about anything that has to do with him.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, Sentry's
Just
just
for your microphone.
nowhere.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. No, keep going.
That's all I have to say. Hyperion's a fucking mortal.
Yeah,
It
you
shouldn't be
had
in any
the
comic
Century's
ever.
amazing.
And they're like, he's in the Squadron Supreme. I'm like, that's Squadron Supreme. That shit is lame.
Yeah, not good. But I love the Century, man. I love
think
that he's
there's
friends with
one
the Hulk.
cool guy in the Squadron Supreme.
Who?
I think there's one guy that looked like an owl or something. I don't remember. But it wasn't fucking Hyperion, that's for sure.
Yeah.
He doesn't even sound like a Marvel character. Hyperion.
No, he's
He sounds
lame.
like some dude that's in fucking like a DC fucking herb.
And his Marvel Legend, his eyes, one eye's looking the wrong way. You know that's a big
throw
problem
him
for
the
me.
fuck out.
And they put him on the Century body, the Century buck. The thing. So it's like,
Oh,
come on,
lame.
get out of here. I don't care. I don't care about Hyperion.
Yeah.
You know, I care about. Yeah, make sure you're talking
This is
close
better.
enough though.
This is better.
Well, for your typing, because you should be typing more.
I knew it.
You should be typing more.
Swinging too much.
Why aren't you typing?
Type.
No, there's nothing to
Right.
type. I know.
Where's the gauntlet? I need to type with the gauntlet.
Oh,
Greg probably
We
hid it
lost
from
it.
you.
I
He gets
did.
very sensitive
fine.
about the fucking gauntlet.
Yeah.
I wish I had bought. See, I bought the Infinity Gauntlet. It was 50% off.
Oh yeah.
But I would have much rather had the Captain America. I'm in GameStop or whatever,
Right.
and they had the Captain America shield, and it was $103, and it was
Metal?
on sale.
Metal?
Oh, it's just water. That's just water on the floor. That's not a big deal. It's just water. I guess it'll dry itself up. It's only on the on all the electrical equipment
So
that I cannot afford to buy again. It's all right. We'll just put my socks on there.
No, God, don't step
No, it's
Oh,
okay.
the
There
worst
should be a
feeling.
towel in here somewhere. Anyway, $103, Captain America. Let's just leave it. It's just water.
The metal
I'll
shield?
get it.
No, it's plastic.
Then no.
No, but it's a hard plastic.
No.
It might be metal. Maybe it's not metal. I
I
don't know
want
what
a
it is.
metal fucking shield.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I wanted it. And Tita, my wife, was there just looking at me like, oh, what are we doing here? Just, because I just previously told her, I was like, I'm not doing so great with money. I got to save a little bit. We got to save. We got to
You
save.
stupid ass.
I know. You always tell her you're at the top of your game
Yeah.
so you can get the goddamn Captain America shield.
That's right.
And I had the Ant-Man helmet on, and I was holding the shield in my hand
Oh.
because they had the...
He was living. He was in his best life.
You can play with it because they had them opened in the store.
Right.
And I was like, well, I'm buying both of these.
Yeah.
And then she was like, you are buying none of these. And now she was like...
Tita.
And now
The
she's-
iron tie.
Yeah.
She was like, you got nothing.
But here's the thing. Now she knows that I want it, so it won't accidentally come for free for doing some other podcast. I go, oh, that's my go-to line. I go,
You do that too?
I did their podcast, and they
You do
just-
that too?
Yeah, they go, and
Line.
they
Yeah.
gave it to me,
Yeah.
so they know I like things. I don't know what I'm going to do with this.
Somebody traded me it for like a drawing or something.
Yeah.
It was a great drawing. You would have really liked it if you saw it.
I just didn't want to give up the drawing because I loved it so much.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard for me. So it's nice they gave me this stupid shield, whatever. Who
Yeah. I
cares?
said, fine, I'll take that convention exclusive Rec Trooper. If you want to just give me that, fine, I guess.
Yeah.
You still have the one I gave you?
Are you kidding me?
Which one
It's
did I give you?
sitting on a shelf, and I rub it with a bounty paper towel 3 times a
Who
day.
did I give you? Rex, or did I give you somebody else?
Captain, you gave me Rex.
And who was the one with the camo pants? I gave you him too.
No, that's Gree.
Gree.
Yeah.
So I got
Gree-
you 2, I think.
Yeah, I
I
have.
got you Rex, and I got you.
You got
Gree.
me. You got me the Rex with the convention exclusive one.
Yeah.
Which is
Daddy-
my prized possession.
If I'm gonna go, I'm gonna go.
I know that was fucking bad shit. You got me Gree.
Mhm.
Gree is cool because I'm a big Yoda guy, and that was Yoda's number 1.
Nice.
That's from Kashyyyk, the Kashyyyk thing. You know him from the movie
Joe is our resident Clone Wars
Clone Trooper.
clone.
Any
trooper.
Yeah.
Stormtrooper, actually. I'm a big Trooper guy.
He
But
loved Clone Wars. I didn't.
remember on Kashyyyk where they did Order 66
Mhm.
and then Yoda chopped the guy's head off?
Yeah.
That was Gree.
Oh.
Damn, he
okay.
killed his own boy.
You can't help it.
He had to. He knew
I
immediately.
know.
He looked to his right. He was like, "Nah, you're dead."
He's like, I don't got the time.
Yeah, that's mad sad.
It is really
Yoda
sad
was a
because they were
G.
good dudes.
You're gonna
They
take
got
that Gamorrean guard home with you.
I'm
when
gonna take it. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
No, you can have it. I knew once you came, you would take it.
Yeah.
I'd like to get you the weapons, but I'd like to give it to you when you have a place. I know you're in between apartments now. When you get into the new apartment,
Is that what we're calling it?
I don't know what we're calling
I'm
it.
in between homes. I'm currently.
Joe's a man of the sea.
I just realized I don't know how dark, how far we're going in the rabbit
That's
hole.
fine.
Greg, I have a question. Do you still have your Jim Lee picture?
Yeah, of course. It's like right
The
behind
Jim Lee
you.
drawing from the
Jim Lee
draw off.
drawing.
I
Yeah,
saw
'cause
that
that's-
happen. I was there.
That is a personal goal of mine, is to get that rematch going. There it is. Oh boy, this is great.
You can
Have
show
you
the
ever- Have you
cameras.
told the story? You should.
Can you see it on the camera, or is it too glary?
Yeah, keep going get closer
going?
if you want. Yeah, that's fine. Yep.
Nice.
So-
So if you're watching the video, which is only available on Patreon for $100 a week,
Yeah, that's right.
we're doing.
That's right.
Or
Only for the
on
ultra-
Joey's
the ultra wealthy.
Patreon for a nickel a month.
He undercuts the own podcast.
That's right.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Great business
wonderful.
acumen.
Yeah. So me and Greg were at a wedding for a friend, which Jim Lee was in attendance,
Yes.
and Greg was drunk and thought, I'm going to challenge Jim Lee to a draw.
Can I tell?
And I sat and got douche chills and was like,
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you not having a good time sitting next to Grant Morrison, hammered,
Yeah, that was also
and Nikki Sixx?
Yeah. Well, fuck Nikki Sixx.
Yeah,
But I
that's
mean,
what
not
felt.
fuck him. Like I'm indifferent to Nikki Sixx.
I'm indifferent to Nikki Sixx
But
as
I
well.
do remember.
He rolled up with Kat Von D, right?
Yeah, he was. He was there
Yes.
with Kat Von D.
Yeah, because Kat's their friend.
Okay, that makes. That's
Kat
why
was
he
fr-
was there.
Yeah, friends with Frank and Jamia.
I drunkenly
Can I tell this? Yeah, I got to
forced Grant Morrison to listen to my pitch for a Constrictor comic book, and I got to
God.
say, he was very warm. Like he was
Warm?
like it's like into it. Like
What's
he,
warm?
Really?
Warm.
Warm.
He was like listen, and he goes, I can't do an accent because we started off. I was telling him
You
about
can
like
try.
Is he super,
Yeah.
Is he He's Irish or was he?
You think he's Irish? Yeah,
Yeah,
Irish
I
or
gotta
Scottish,
see
right?
this order.
Scottish. I don't know
Throw a sock
what the
on
No,
fucking
I dry it up with a
difference
sock.
in the accent is.
I'm sorry.
But
He's
he-
Scottish, eh?
So,
No,
that's
eh?
not how he sounds. But we were talking about like
Scottish is a little. It's got a little bit more of a.
No, I know
you
Scottish.
sound
I'm
like
from
the chick
Scotland.
from Brave. That was impressive.
Thank you.
I can do Scottish because I went to Scotland for a weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you
No,
will.
he.
I'm your
I was
black
telling him
friend.
about like old punk rock stuff,
Yeah.
like old boy shit, and he was like, yeah. And then we started talking about it. And I was like, I just gotta say I like Constrictor, and I really just want to do a cool comic book. And and he was like, just fucking write it. You gotta just do it. Do it. He's like, I gotta do it. And I'm like, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
And he sat with me.
That's
And like
awesome.
I know he gets like a bad rap for like being a dick,
Yeah.
but I'm a gigantic person.
Man.
Sure.
Not a lot of people want to be forced by me to make them listen to me talk
Yeah.
when I'm shit faced.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he was, and maybe it's because he is Scottish. He probably grew up like that, so he was
Yeah.
probably just used to it.
Grew up like what? Drunk?
Yeah, sure. So
That's what it is. Yeah.
Some stereotypes are stereo reels.
there are stereotypes for a reason.
Yeah.
But no, he was super cool. He sat and listened to me bullshit about fucking Constrictor for what seemed like days.
Yeah.
Can I tell the story?
Yeah, tell a drop story.
Tell this. So this is now mark the timing on this because this is going to be a viral clip.
That's right. The camera's ready.
Hey, I'll say this also.
It's the best platform for the story.
We're having fun right now, right?
Absolutely.
I think
Having a
so
good time.
far we're having a good time.
It was awesome.
Yeah,
All right. I thought I was too mean to you in the beginning. I'll say that. I don't like those bits. I'm not going to do those bits anymore.
he's gonna do them. You know that, right?
I'm-
Okay,
I'm
this is
gonna
all
try.
This is all set up by now.
It's all because I
Set
want to
up
make you
plan.
feel better, so I can break you
Of
again.
course. Of course.
Build you up.
Once
you down.
once you're broken, it's
Destroy.
it's hard to hurt someone who's
Yes.
already in pain.
It's true.
That's why you must heal them and then
Okay.
punch them again.
Yeah. Greg gets sustenance from that.
Yes. I said the whole way here, I was
Crushing
like, we're not going to make
disappointment.
fun of you. This isn't bullying Jose.
Does he make
Yeah.
fun of you a lot?
No,
Not on,
it's-
only on
it's-
air.
Is this a
Only on
repeating
air-
bit?
Only on air. It's kind of a repeat bit.
Okay.
It's
All
a
right.
13-year-long bit.
I didn't. I didn't
won't.
know this. I'm surprised.
Well, here's the thing.
I'm
Joe
fucking
beats me
unfamiliar.
up. I beat you up.
Yeah.
You beat Joe up.
Yeah.
The same alive. Sorry, I
Triangle
should have done
of
that. I went too hard.
Remember the whole thing about screaming and pulling the mic away
Yeah.
from my mouth
Oh,
that he
yeah,
went
I
on to
would-
me?
yeah, I like to
Do
point
as
out-
I say, not as I do. I am a radio. I am born on the radio.
This is great. Yeah.
Drink your other beer. I have 2 beers in the
Okay,
house.
like-
I can drink.
It's yours. It's
yeah,
yours,
because
Joe.
I can't have one.
It's yours.
It's like
No
a potato
worries.
chip.
once you drink, you just
Once you pop, the wolf can't stop.
Nice.
I functioning.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice, nice. All right, so we're at we
Jim Lee.
we're at Frank Iero
Why?
from
See, I was gonna not.
Just
Why?
name drop.
Because I have
Jesus
class
Christ.
and you're clearly a fucking orangutan.
edit that out. Jose, you will edit that piece
Out in
out.
post. Out in post.
We're at a
Post
wedding. Not gonna say whose. We're at a wedding.
A cool
Too
wedding.
late.
A
Yeah.
cool wedding. They got fondue. They had a burrito station.
Oh, the fucking food.
Do you remember the fajita station?
Oh,
Yeah, the food was crazy. It was the best time of my life.
oh, the
Also-
food.
Fun little aside from this story that a lot of people forget about. Matt Skiba from Alkaline Trio was there sang a song. He sang Clavicle.
Yeah.
He sang Clavicle for
such
them.
a
It was
good song.
awesome.
Sick.
He gets off. My friend who's the DJ gives him the microphone. I'm hammered. I sing Umbrella. Just bring the house down. He comes up to me.
I hate to admit it. He killed
Destroyed. He
Umbrella.
absolutely destroyed.
He
Of course.
yeah.
crushed.
Of
Yeah.
course. People were crying.
yes, crying.
Literally,
tears.
literally, Kat Von D picked up the phone and was like, "Riri, you got to listen to this shit." She was, "It's not,
Like in
it's
Back to the
not
Future?
yours
Yeah,
anymore."
yeah.
Where do you get a load of this?
Yeah.
Oh, was that
That's-
Back to the Future?
She goes, "It's not your song anymore."
Yeah, listen to this and lose my number.
Yeah.
Do the song. Matt Skiba comes up to me.
To you.
Yes. And he goes, man, that was great. You want to do a song? And I went, do you know any Lil Wayne? I'm drunk in my face.
Yeah.
And he goes, not really. I went, then I can't help you, sir.
Oh my God.
Literally one of my favorite bands of all time.
Yeah. And you fucked it.
And
up.
I fucked it up because I was drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
even
the
even-
nicest guy
Yeah.
did not deserve it. I could have had the greatest moment of my life.
Yeah.
But I thought, hey, say this. Act like
I
you're
mean,
cool.
I mean,
It's the
I can
worst.
I can beat
what's a
that
what's
story.
A, what's a better payoff though? Singing a song with the guy from Alkaline Trio or denying a song? from the guy
You
from
did.
Alkaline?
You
Yeah.
shot down
Who's
Matt
you-
Skiba.
Who's
You
now the
nagged
lead
Matt Skiba.
singer in Blink-182.
He's not
Yeah,
the
yeah.
lead singer.
yeah.
Okay,
It's
there's two
weird.
lead singers. He's a
I
singer.
I
I
took.
don't want to look this up.
I got to take a. I was taking a piss, as I'm wont to do when I'm consuming a mass amounts of alcohol.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I look over next to me, and it's the singer of the Bouncing Souls.
Oh, yes.
I looked him dead in the well, not his face is a little lower than my face, but I looked at him and I went, "Oh!" Like literally like that. He was
Yeah.
like, "Hey," and I went, "Oh, sorry." And then
Yeah.
I ran out.
Do you
I
remember?
screamed in his face at a urinal.
Yeah.
Ah! Yeah.
Joe, much bigger Bouncing Souls fan than I was. I liked the Bouncing Souls, but I didn't recognize them. I was drunk off at some other party. And you remember, I think you walked by. We were talking about, I was talking to like a drummer, and I was like, you know, these guitar people, they think they're so cool. They have guitar tech. You get a tech? Fuck that. They don't deserve shit. And the guy's like, hey, you got to tell this guy that. Right? He brings over this guy. He's like, what? I'm like, you get a guitar tech? You're a little, I'm like yelling about the fact that they shouldn't have guitar techs.
Right.
Turns out that was the drummer and the guitar player from the Bouncing Souls. And they're just bringing over the rest of the band. And I'm just yelling about God knows what.
Come get yelled at by this drunk guy. All right, fuck it.
Yeah. Okay, so there we are. We're back at the table.
Yeah.
Right.
I see Jim Lee, and Tita was like, not Tita, Jamia was
Jim
like,
Lee, for the record, my number one why I draw comic book.
Let's go.
artist.
Let's go.
Yeah.
He was the
Let's
first.
go.
That was
Jim Lee.
when I was like, I looked at a Jim Lee comic and said, I don't need eyeballs. I just need little white triangles because my life was changed forever.
God-
I
God
just wanted
bless
to
him.
be Jim Lee.
he also has a his jawline is distinct, and he
Oh,
doesn't get a lot of credit for his
sculpt-
jawline.
Yeah, he is chiseled.
Yes. So I see Jim Lee, and I just walk over. I'm just being the mayor. You know, I walk over and goes, everyone here having a good time? Is everyone having a
Jose
good
knows
time?
exactly what he's
Being
talking about.
store owner.
Yeah,
He's being
yeah.
store owner.
I walk over and is everyone having a good time? Right? And he was like, we're all having a great time. And I go, cool. What's your name? I'm trying to pretend like I don't know who he
You
is.
son of a bitch.
And he goes, Jim. And he kind of laughs. And I go, oh, Greg, nice to meet you. And he goes, Greg, you're Jamia told me you're a comedian, right? And I was like, well, you know, I dabble.
Ugh. He was doing hack bits on purpose.
God.
Well, because I was so
yeah.
fucking nervous.
I was,
Yeah.
You know.
yeah. For pause.
Yeah.
remind me to tell you the story that was before all of these stories.
Oh, yes.
After this story.
Okay.
Yes.
So he goes, "You're a comedian, right?" And he was like, and he's trying to make me feel comfortable. He was like, what kind of material do you get? Like any jokes or whatever? And I was like, I'll tell you a joke if, what do you do? And he was like,
Oh my
I'm still
God.
pretending. Because I was like, if I won't sound like a fanboy if I pretend I don't know who he is.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm an artist. And I'm like, all right, you draw me a picture, I'll tell you a joke. And he was like, cool, what do you want a picture of? And I was like, I don't know, what is anyone? I don't really know much about comic books. Who's a comic book guy? Batman? He's like the middle of just finished Hush.
And this
Yeah.
is oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is like
Yeah.
he had he was primed out of Batman at this time.
God damn it.
And I was like, do a Batman, we'll see, right? And he starts drawing, and I, just comedian Greg kicks in, and I'm like, it's okay. I could do better than that. And he's like, show me, right? So then I start drawing, and I cannot draw. Like, I am the furthest. Joe got all the drawing genes.
Yeah.
I got none of the drawing genes. So I'm like, this is better because this is a dragon. I'm just drawing this crazy dragon.
Greg did get painting genes, which we just found out recently.
Yeah, we did.
I'm a painter.
Yeah,
we'll show some
we'll
of those
circle
paintings.
around. We'll circle around.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll
Of
circle
some
back. We'll
skill
circle
level.
back.
Yeah.
I say this with pride. I am impressed by Greg's painting.
That's really
skills.
weird. It's so I still don't know if this is a bit you're doing. Then I'll sell them, and someone will go, this is
I've
garbage.
said one nice thing to this fucking kid in his entire life, and he doesn't believe it.
This is
Why I
it.
don't understand it. This is why I'm having a hard time. My body is rejecting your compliments.
I literally I beg him. He has these 2 paintings that I beg him for every time I see them. I'm like, I want this painting on my fucking wall, and he looks at me like I'm speaking fucking Sanskrit. He's like, I don't. What?
Punches a hole in the wall. Yeah, you
Yeah.
son of a bitch.
Part of him thinks I'm gonna dig a hole in the front lawn and bury it underground.
We're gonna tell that story. We'll tell that story on episode 2 on why I would think that, which is very true.
That's a good story for another time.
So Jim Lee, yeah.
So Jim Lee. So I'm drawing this horrible picture of a dragon, right? And he's like, okay, I can put a dragon in mine, and he put the dragon in the background, right? And I'm like, yeah, but mine it's rain, and I'm just doing lines of rain, and he's like, well, I'll do rain, and he's doing rain. Then we're
moving
laughing.
the goalpost for Jim Lee.
Yeah.
Great.
And he
Yeah.
was like, and he just goes, hey, man, look, I know you know. You don't have to, I know you know who I am.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal.
Jimmy,
Just
you
tell
told
me. He's like, they told me you're a writer. It's like, what are you writing, right? And I'm like, tell me your thing. And I go, okay, here's my story, right? And I go, it's a guy in space. And I'm telling him this story for like 20 minutes of outer space. And the guy loses
I missed
his
this part.
memory.
I didn't know this part.
Yeah.
You didn't tell us this one.
Yeah, it's like how the guy loses his memory and he gets it back and blah, blah, blah. It's this whole thing. And he looks at me and he goes, that's an amazing story. It's also Total Recall. and I went, hell yeah, it's Total Recall, man. Right?
You're a fucking hack.
And then he
dick.
don't call me.
I knew it.
Do not
I
call me
knew
a
it.
hack. That
I
is
knew
not
it.
allowed on this podcast. No, but we're laughing. He's laughing, and then I told him like this real story I was working on.
Yeah.
He gave me like really great notes. He was like, email it to me. What an asshole I am. Fucking 20 years later, I've never taken him up on it. I might actually, because
Well,
I didn't
here's the
want to
time.
ever want to help. Like, I never wanted help. Anyway,
Yeah, from the king.
from the king.
Yeah.
Well, that was that thing. It was like I'll get there on my
From
own.
a guy of
Yeah.
some
Some kind of rapport.
Yeah.
Only
Well, it's that story, right, where they say like there's a guy who's drowning, and they go, the guy in a boat comes by
Like
and he
the
goes,
Phil
"Can I
Collins
help you?"
song? Oh.
And the guy goes, "Can I help you?" And the guy goes, "Nope, Jesus will save me."
yeah.
Boat leaves. Another keeps drowning. A helicopter comes by. "Hey, can we help you?" And he goes, "Nope, Jesus will save me." Guy drowns, goes to heaven. He goes, "Jesus, why didn't he save you?" He goes, "What are you talking about? I sent you a boat, a helicopter."
You stupid idiot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
So there's that, like, whatever. But also, people didn't. I told this story on a podcast years ago, and someone was like, "It's not true," and someone tweeted at Jim Lee, and Jim Lee wrote back. He was like, "Hell yeah, it's true, man. Fuck you,
Well,
dude."
you have the
That's not how he
picture.
talks,
That's
but
the
Yeah,
thing,
there's
is
like
that
photographs.
It'd
there's
be
a
one thing
photograph
if
and
you-
everything. Yeah.
There's a photo of him holding the photo. Like you have
So,
tons of
Continue
evidence.
on the theme of Greg being a complete fucking asshole.
Excellent.
I see all these people, and Greg will tell you, as loud and like boisterous as I can be and not
Yes.
shy, in front of like famous people that I like, I will shut the fuck up and not talk to them,
Right.
like at all. I will
Yeah.
be a complete fucking like, no, don't want to talk to them. So I see all this shit going on. I walk away. I walk up to the table, and all of a sudden, Jim Lee, Grant Morrison are like, wait a minute, are you Joey from The Banner? Because he, and I just like, my jaw dropped open because I had no idea what the fuck was going on because my dickhead brother put them fucking up to it.
That is cruel.
Wait, I think it was me who said it.
You, no.
No,
You got, because I remember it to this day because I remember feeling my face be warm.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, I'm like, I know this
You
is a
do. You
fucking, and I
freak
looked
out.
over and Greg's in the back like,
Son of a bitch, Greg.
it's like, got him.
Man, I'm really coming out to be the heel in this podcast.
Excellent.
Yeah,
As it should
excellent.
be.
Yeah, you're the Mysterio of this story.
Um,
Or are you?
maybe I am, maybe I am.
And such is Mysterio's way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm actually just starting to finish my comic book,
Oh, excellent.
which I'm pretty
Same.
excited about.
My
Yeah,
first
you are.
issue's done.
Yeah, it is.
Well, it's
You've already put like a few online.
Those are teasers.
I know, but I stopped. I was going to do webtoons, right?
Mm.
Webtoons is
Are we not counting those as issues?
it wasn't even an issue because it was webtoons, so I was going to do like a page and a half
You
a
say
week.
webtoons as if everyone knows
I was about
what
to
webtoons
explain it, but
is.
you fucking interrupted me.
Well, I apologize.
Well,
This is what I'm
I
here
accept
for.
your
This is
apology.
great.
Jose, this is why I came.
I came for this. Yeah, this is
Uh,
awesome.
Yeah, so Webtoons is a Korean site. It's an app for reading comic books, and it's a top-to-bottom scroller, which is the way you read everything all day on the
Yeah.
internet. So it makes perfect sense. And it is the way that all literature is probably going to be in the future because
Hope so.
that's just the way you read.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I got like a few pages in, and I'm drawing it, and I just realized, like, I just wanted to be regular comic book. I just wanted to be regular page style. So I stopped, and I got the first 23 pages, and I have to ink 2 more, and I got my buddy in Indonesia who colors them. And fortunately, American money in Indonesia is quite valuable. So I got quite a deal on a
Nice.
very talented young man who I occasionally just, if I don't have a page ready, I just send him a shitty drawing and money to keep him working for me.
Wow.
Right.
Because I am terrified that
Yeah.
he's going to like be discovered by someone who's
Right.
actually
the art's great.
Yeah, because it fucking bonkers how
Yeah,
good
yeah.
this kid is.
Yeah.
Oh,
and he,
yeah.
and he thinks you're his owner. for
Is
how
that
much
how it
money you
works?
give.
Because
That's
I will make him believe that.
Mhm.
There
You
has
should
to
fly him over.
from Indonesia. It'll probably cost like $25.
Yeah.
No, flights can be expensive. That's the only
We'll
problem.
get him on Air Indonesia. It's just basically just a catapult.
It's a trebuchet.
Yeah, they just launch his ass.
Trebuchet.
Yeah, that's right.
Nice.
From college. Come on, bud.
Yeah.
And good for
Come
you.
on, we played
Yeah,
War
that's
of
right.
Civilizations. We know that the fucking trebuchet is.
Word up, man. Word up. Nice.
So did
Yeah.
we have? Let's talk about a wedding on our list of topics to talk about.
I mean, yeah, we didn't, but
No, but that's
quite a-
that's a viral story. It's viral.
clickable. Clicks,
Clickable. We
baby.
need clickable
Click.
links. This
That's right.
podcast is not about
Nope.
fun, art, or having a good time.
Nope.
It's about we're becoming celebrities through the things we love.
Yep.
Ah,
this is
okay.
just the
We're
rocket
about
ship.
we are here for nothing else than downloads.
Yep.
I did the Rad Dude cast. I'm done. It's time to be famous.
It's done.
I bag
You'll
it.
be there next week.
Oh, I mean, yes, of course. I love that's my favorite thing to do. But this is awesome too. We need to be. See, we should do portions where we're
Yeah.
like, hey, are you just into Marvel movies? You know, like
Yeah.
we'll explain them to you. That's what brothers will do.
That-
That's what we. You know what we should do.
Reel him in with the brotherhood.
It's probably hard.
What?
You could get Michelle in,
Michelle will be on the podcast.
but I'm saying we could like because you explain. Doesn't she like you were saying like?
She hated comic books, and then she watched one on like TBS, and she was like, I think I'm gonna try to watch them. And then she has fallen in love with them with MCU,
And it was
harder
crazy
than anything else.
because
Yeah.
I went to go recently. Greg was over in Newark, so I finally got to go and see her because I've never seen her live.
Yeah.
And
By the way, Joey's talking about Michelle Wolf.
Michelle Wolf.
Oh yeah.
And her eyes like lit up when she started talking about these fucking movies. Like,
Yeah, she loves
I was
them.
like, it was like it got me amped up to see how like
Yeah.
she was like, yeah, and I like the confidence she was going on. I'm like, whoa, yeah.
Well, she loves Thor.
Yeah,
which
well,
was
I mean,
like
come on.
She's-
no,
Yeah.
but she loved Thor from Thor 1. The only person I know who loved Thor 2, and she
Oh.
hasn't seen Ragnarok yet. And I
Oh,
just keep
she's
being
gonna-
like,
her mind is
text
gonna
me every
melt.
day. I can't wait till you see this.
Yeah.
She loves Thor, and it's like, which is like, he's such an obscure, not
Yeah.
obscure, but he was a guy they were worried about bringing in. You know, I think they
Yeah.
were like, how is the
He's
people going to
tough.
react to Thor?
He's tough to do as a superhero because he's like barely a superhero.
Yeah.
He's
Well-
really only a superhero when he's in other people's comics.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, right now we're so used to Thor. You know, we're
Yeah.
used to Thor being in the media. But that poster of Thor literally was because he was like, yo, someone's like, what? That's a Greek god? Like, but remember, like 20 years ago,
Not-
if you
not
said they're going to do a
Greek.
Thor, I
Not-
know, you know what I
not
mean.
Greek.
What Asgardian? Well, I know Asgardian. What's it?
Norway.
Norse.
Norse.
Sorry,
Yeah.
you know me. I don't concentrate on the words.
That's
I
true.
have fun with the things
The
I say.
facts
It's on
are
the face,
irrelevant.
baby.
Yes,
It's on the face.
I
It's
enjoy. Yes, it's energy.
It's all about energy.
Yeah, I don't really care. I don't care about issues.
Yeah.
I don't care about who created the comic books.
Exactly. Do you remember
I care about
the
emotions.
the last podcast, I made the bold declaration that Cloak and Dagger got their powers from stolen drugs that they injected in themselves trying to get high. To this day, I've never looked that up. I'm pretty sure it's true,
It doesn't matter.
and that's what Greg said
Oh,
the
man.
last time also.
See?
On our podcast about comic books, he said, the facts don't matter.
And that's how
yeah,
you come full
I remember
circle.
the emotions I had when I read the comic. And then what I do, this is the trick. You, as a writer, representative, I am.
I'm also a writer.
Yes,
as
we're
you
all
see.
writers.
In the Writers Guild.
I'm in the Writers Guild. No big
I'm
deal.
not in the guild because I'm punk as fuck, and I don't need your commie bullshit.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah, until he writes his thing and they have to put him in the guild and he goes, oh, you're Cinderella.
Yeah, then he starts wearing
loving-
suits.
I ain't no fucking guild. Fuck your guild. What is this, World of Warcraft?
No
So
association.
what I do is, right?
All you
I
motherfuckers
tell-
are suing each other anyway. Is
no,
there
we're
even a
s-
guild?
We're not suing. That's not for this podcast.
Let's-
The guild is selling
kinda wanna go
agents.
down
The
this
guild
rabbit
is
hole.
crumbling, is what you need
The
to
guild
know.
is stronger
It's
than
eating-
ever.
It's eating itself.
See, this is what I'm talking
The
about.
guild cannot be destroyed. And they will send me my screeners next month. I got to see A Star is Born on DVD. So that being said, I like to just tell people what I think happens. Then they go, that is not what happened. Then I go, well, then that's the new story I just wrote. And now
Right.
that's how you create stuff.
Boom, it's a script.
Boom, it's a script.
Type
Oh,
it.
is that
or
not?
a treatment. It's a treatment.
It's a treatment or a one sheet. Whatever one you want to do.
very
Treatment.
good.
Yes, yes. Very good, very good, very good.
Ooh.
Well, we got a couple more. Do you guys want to talk about the ending of Game of Thrones?
It sucked.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was meh.
No. Nah.
It was meh.
So the beginning. So if you're talking about the final episode itself, the first,
Allow me. No, I'm just kidding.
Jose,
you go
please,
first.
by all
You
means,
go first.
lead
Yes,
us.
The first half was you were like, okay, this is good, and then the second half was they were just playing with Play-Doh. It just didn't even make it. Was just blah, blah, blah. It didn't make
Because
any
I consider the last two episodes like one piece. Because
Agreed.
and there's a lot of fucking holes. First of all,
Holes.
okay, so
putting some
the
socks
death
in.
of Cersei was fucking so anticlimactic.
Ah, man.
See, yes.
The death.
And I want to add to that.
Well, you pump those brakes. The death of Jaime Lannister, who had one of the most thoroughly expanded and worked upon arcs throughout the whole thing. He said, "Boom, you're a fuckboy. We're killing you with rocks."
Yeah. Yeah.
That was the
Yeah.
end. He made Brienne into a knight, unfucking bidden,
Yeah.
unprovoked. He said, "I'm still a fucking knight,"
And then he banged her out.
and
Slam that out.
Yeah, man.
in hindsight, it was a killer fucking move.
That's how you
Yeah.
get.
If you knight, they gotta fuck you. I'm
That's
not
what I'm
saying a
saying.
chick. I'm not saying a chick.
Anybody.
If a girl knights a dude, that dude needs to eat your pussy like immediately.
Yeah.
like
on cue.
You go to a bar, be like, what's up, girl?
like
Bang
literally,
your ass.
she walks up and then she places the sword on your shoulder and then she grabs your hair and just puts it right in her fucking shit.
That's how that works.
And the guy just goes, well,
Man,
I just knighted her.
this
Yeah.
podcast just went vulgar, and I love it.
sorry.
I've tried not to.
I
but
didn't think that would. I'd be the guy.
This podcast is about
that
comic
did it.
books and eating pussy. And I'm pretty sure Greg called someone a retard at the
But
beginning.
yeah. This is the Come Town
We
of
are what we
comic
are.
book podcasts. The funniest part being I don't even.
This is the goddamn Rad Dude cast
I-
comic book podcast.
Goddamn
You are
right.
first of all, the Red Duke
No.
is not this vulgar. Secondly, I don't even listen to fucking Come Town. I listen to it
And
one.
you clearly don't listen to the Rad Dude cast.
First of all, I listen to the Red Dudecast more than anyone you fucking know. I pay for the fucking Patreon.
And I pay for your Patreon, which we've been delivered nothing. We have gotten nothing.
You get more than anyone else. I call you and tell you everything that happens.
You need my $5?
I do.
Well, we do it like you know.
Which
who
means,
we,
and also, I haven't taken the money out of that in a while, so I got a nice fucking chunk of
a
change.
nice
in there,
There you
chunk of
which means I can go feed
$33.
my little Indonesian family I've adopted.
Yeah,
I
that's
pay
like-
for his Patreon.
like
He
30
Patreons
minutes.
mine.
Yeah.
A Patreon for the Patreon,
Yeah,
as he would say. The
brothers.
Oh god.
Yes.
That's as
So,
as
but yeah.
CEO would say.
Anyway, fucking, they died.
Who?
Like, I wanted Jaime Lannister to fucking redeem himself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Firstly, they should have never killed fucking Dickless.
Who?
He
Varys.
What?
Varys.
Not Varys. The other Dickless.
Reek.
Reek. Reek should not have died the way he died. He died cool.
He died
okay?
cool.
He did have a
He
good
fucking
fall. He had a
tried.
good death.
That wasn't his fucking death. He should have fucking redeemed himself. And he should have got away and died somewhere else. That was where Jaime Lannister needed to fucking die.
Defending Bran.
Do you know what it means? You know what?
Yes.
You know? Okay, I'll tell you,
Defending the boy he
the
pushed
boy
out
he
the
fucking broke.
What
God
I'll
damn
take
it,
that.
that's
So
good.
listen, I'm going to tell you.
Oh,
Not left,
man.
right hand.
You know what?
So good.
I'm going to tell you exactly
That's
how
so
Jaime
good.
Lannister should have died. All
All
right?
right, tell
I'm going
us.
to tell you exactly the perfect way that's so simple and stupid, but perfect, that it's the only way it should have happened. Fucking Cersei should have had some kind of plot or plan. She sends a fucking raven with a note to Jaime and said, I need you here right now. And it comes down to Jaime, do I go to Cersei or do I stay here and defend Bran?
And keep bringing out.
At the last minute, he comes
A
back.
night with a night.
Right at the last minute, he comes out while the Night King will be walking to Bran. You think Jaime left. He jumps out, goes to fight the fucking Night King. and dies and loses. Because the thing with Arya I thought was cool.
Yeah.
Keep that. That's not what happened. Everything that he fucking went through and did was for naught. And
Agreed. Man,
with
I didn't even think
fucking rocks
Yeah.
in the basement.
Yeah. And the whole basement didn't even go down.
And
It was
so-
just like his
yeah,
portion,
just
they were
right
standing
over him. And fucking Cersei, that cunt,
Yeah.
who should have, her death should have been fucking
Who'd
interesting.
you call it, cunt?
Cersei.
Oh, yes.
The cunt.
Yes,
Literally the cunt.
Kind of her role.
She got nothing.
Yeah.
And also,
Yeah.
this dumb Daenerys bitch, right?
We need to.
Cersei.
This guy's got a.
He came in hot.
Just
Yeah.
let me.
No, I love what you're saying.
I am basing
but the
bitch.
feminists are going to be very upset.
I'm basing it on her
We're never-
actions,
Yeah.
not
never
her
gonna get
fucking
Michelle
gender. It is not a gender
Sure,
bitch. It is
sure.
an actions bitch.
Yeah.
She's riding a fucking medieval fucking nuke.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
She's in the fucking kingdom. Cersei is in a giant open window in the tallest fucking tower of the whole fucking kingdom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Daenerys could have just straight fucking lined it, torched the whole fucking thing, and it still wouldn't have been cool enough, but I would have been like, okay.
Yeah.
And then Daenerys could have went on her little fucking murder orgasm.
Here's the
Yes.
other side of this too, right? So I hate to like fan fiction it, but you really what they could have done, and because the biggest problem with Cersei is she did
Or from
nothing
you,
in the season.
flan fiction.
Flan fiction, yeah.
Sorry. That was racist. enough.
Flan fiction! Oh.
Sorry, we're offensive here.
It's great.
'Cause you're-
Flan fiction,
'cause you're
brown.
fucking
I
Puerto
love
Because
it.
you're Puerto Rican, but I love flan, and I love you.
Also,
Thank you. I love you too.
it's known that the
So-
Stones are huge proponents of Puerto Ricans
Thank
from
you.
almost always.
You have been, yes.
We grew up
Yeah.
surrounded.
Surrounded
yes.
is the word.
Surrounded.
With knives.
Some say
Yes.
drowning in Puerto
We
Ricans.
made a pact with your people.
From
yes.
the jump.
We know more about Coqui and
We have-
Chupacabra.
We have
Chupacabra
pledged.
than anyone
We have
else.
pledged to House Puerto Rico.
Yes.
For we're bannermen.
Yeah.
We're bannermen
Of Puerto Rico. the House Stone.
Yeah. Yes. I pledge. Yes.
I made it
think,
t- I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It went to a great place. I think so so you shouldn't have killed Rhaegar.
Yeah, talk more
Right
in the
away.
microphone, old friend.
Yeah, you're
Rhaegar.
Rhaegal the dragon. Rhaegar?
Yeah, he
Oh, yeah.
died.
I refuse to acknowledge
so
the names of the
that
dragons.
was the single like dumbest way and most blunt way to get a chess piece off the board. They get the dragon going.
With the ice? When we got
No,
the ice?
no,
when the ice,
when-
'cause
No, the
ice can't
second
kill
one when the boats just came around the corner, just lit him up.
when
Yes,
you're
and I did say
Euron
something about
suddenly
that.
has he has like an aimbot.
I love
and
his
he's
name's
like,
Euron.
boom, boom, boom.
Urine.
Urine
Yeah,
toilet.
sorry.
Yeah, his name
Toilet.
is Piss.
Yes.
Yeah.
My wife calls him urine toilet. It's not. It's too on the nose. But so you kill the dragon. Boo. What you could have done, you could have had both dragons, right? They come in, they fuck up the Golden Company, all these. That's cool. You have one more arrow baluster like at the tower, right? And have Cersei be like, "Come get me,
Come
come
on.
get me." And you have the two dragons coming, and then you have
Or have the mountain throw the thing.
or that
Have the
You
mountain punch the dragon in the face. It kills it.
like
Or as
Hulk,
I call him,
boom.
I call
Yeah.
him Death Vader.
Death Vader. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you have seriously like come get me, and boom, kill the one dragon. Then
Then she snaps.
you have Daenerys go no. Then like the ultimate moment of like then
Yeah.
you could have had something like that where Daenerys is snapping his urn.
Yeah, but not for
they-
nothing. The snapping of Daenerys didn't bother me. It
No, me
made
neither.
sense. She's fucking inbred.
Yep.
All right.
And Bran is king. I love
She's
too.
been nothing.
yeah.
She's been nothing but fucked with. Her friends are constantly dying.
Yeah.
Her best friend just got fucking beheaded in front of her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two of her kids were murdered
Yeah.
in front of her.
Yeah.
And you know, like her husband, her husband raped her.
Yeah.
It was like half a rape.
Drago?
Yeah.
And then got killed with tetanus.
That was the most
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, it was
that
the
was
worst
the
death.
most uncomfortable sex scene in a movie I think I have ever fucking seen.
That's the worst one I've ever
It
jerked
was
off to.
the
in my life.
weirdest boner.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like she
Yeah.
had a rough go.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
keeping in mind her fucking family line is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
That's why they
So-
couldn't give it to Snow because he it's like I to take it from her and then give it to Jon Snow is like, well, he's a Targaryen too. Why wouldn't he go crazy? Yes, so don't give it to him either. I
Yeah.
like giving it to Bran. Sorry, I can't.
Yeah, okay. So there's that. So okay, she went crazy and killed her. I get it. That's fine. That's the only part of that fucking made sense. Here's some other fucking problems that I fucking have that don't make any fucking sense.
Right.
So the war goes down, right? Spoiler. Jon kills fucking Daenerys.
they pulled no emotion from me, by the way.
Drogon, no one
Yeah,
did
it was
because
so
fuck
empty.
that bitch.
If you, yeah, but I'm saying you should have
Drogon-
made that scene more beautiful and allowed me to cry for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drogon knew the fucking deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So instead of fucking killing the guy who killed his mother, he killed the throne that killed his mother.
Yeah.
Makes fucking perfect sense.
I thought it was great.
The throne was the reason why she was going fucking crazy.
Yeah.
He melted it. I
Also
get it.
melting this. I want to throw in here. Melting the throne. The dragon was like, it's been too much. The dragon was like, I don't like this monarchy anymore. Like, come on, dude. That was so corny.
I think
The dragon was like, I am the king.
No,
yeah,
no,
come
I
on,
think
dragon.
that the thing there was to show that maybe the dragons were a little bit smarter than we thought.
The dragon understood the thrones.
I hate to.
That's so silly.
J.R.
J.R. Tolkien.
J.R. Tolkien.
Yeah. J.K.
The
Rowling.
author of Game of Thrones. He's actually gone on record saying like the dragons have an intelligence, they just can't talk. So
Yeah.
it's like apparently there's precedent in the. I don't know how to.
It's like they're just because the thing was, it's like they're super fucking loyal, but once their leader is gone, they're on their own clock.
But they know math equations.
And he still
they can do advanced math.
Yeah.
So here's my problem. That war goes down. Okay. First things first. All the high house men.
Yeah.
I'll come in. They're sitting there in their little fucking cute benches and shit. Grey Worm comes down because they are like, hey, invading, occupying army that just defeated the thing. We need to talk to your prisoner so he can tell us who to make the fucking king.
Yeah, that whole.
Okay? No, makes perfect fucking sense. Also,
Wait, what?
yeah, that's what fucking happened.
I don't understand what you're saying. No, because he had the
Sorry
whole
about-
army. He had his own group.
Grey Worm,
No,
all the Unsullied owned the city.
Yeah.
yeah.
They won.
He's saying like, why would they negotiate?
All the
suddenly,
lords-
like the power.
Why would the fucking lords go and say, okay, we need to meet with Grey Worm and work it out?
Because the lords had their armies outside of the walls.
doesn't fucking matter.
It was about we were going to go to two wars.
Listen, honey, Linda.
Stop
They walked in.
Great.
This is what
and
happens.
said-
I'm going to be furious.
They said, bring us your fucking prisoner. We need him to tell us who to be the new fucking king.
Yeah.
Is what happened. Also, Jon fucking Snow, he's in a jail because he stabbed her in the heart.
Yeah.
Did he fucking snitch on himself?
Yeah.
Because ain't nobody fucking
That's
there
what I understand. The
seen
dragon
goddamn
dragged it
thing.
away. I didn't get it.
The fucking evidence is flying up into God who the fuck knows
That was
where.
my big problem. That was my
And
big
John,
problem.
fucking Mr.
Oh,
Honorable's
no, no.
like, I know there's no body here and there's no dragon here, but I swear to God, I
killed
just
that
stabbed
bitch.
her in the fucking heart
I killed that bitch.
Yeah.
while making out
well,
with her.
through the DNA test, they were like, we could see the fingers and the blood, and Jon Snow did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that made me furious.
Made no fucking sense.
Let me add real quick because let me say this about this. The thing that pissed me off with the dragons in the get-go, when the first one died with the boat. If I got a dragon and I'm fighting boats, you know what I'm doing? I'm grabbing a rock 90 miles away, going as high as I can, and I'm just dropping rocks where your arrow can't fucking hit me.
Yeah.
And that dumb bitch figured out the sun move real quick after she got the middle child killed.
Yeah.
The guy gets shot out of the sky and she goes, oh, you know what? I just realized if we come right out of the sun, they won't be able to see us. Oh, yeah, you just figured that shit out?
Yeah.
Because the dragons were doing that shit to the sheep in the first fucking episode.
Yeah.
Right.
And if you're just dropping rocks, don't matter.
Yeah.
Just drop rocks.
Or go under the water and come up. Or literally
Well-
anything else but going straight at them.
We don't know if the dragons can go underwater. I don't know how they hold their breath. That's not been explored.
Is that not canon? I thought they went underwater at
I
some
don't
point.
know. They might.
Well, but
might be a
Daenerys
book,
can't go
not in the
underwater.
show.
Can we get a saddle? That's the thing that bothers me the
Yeah.
most. Let's just get a saddle.
Something.
You're holding on. Do you know the kind of body strength you would need
Her
to hold
thighs
0
must be
Gs?
fucking rocking.
Not to mention that these dragons are covered in knives.
Yeah, very spiky.
Yeah.
That hurts.
It can't be
Yeah.
fucking comfortable on the fucking vagine.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
that's the real Targaryen talent. is
A blanket. yeah.
the ability to stand on
The iron badge.
Yeah.
The thrones.
The metal minge.
Oh God. yeah. Yes,
No.
that's how we feel.
Yeah.
I don't want to be
also,
that guy.
also,
Okay.
they say, okay, well, Jon Snow, we worked out a deal. We're going to send you up to the fucking Night's Watch.
Oh, God.
A, why? Because the fucking Unsullied left. They went
Yeah.
off to that fucking island to go where
They're not-
Melindria used to
Because
come
Jon
from.
Snow's got a tattling problem, as we learned with the murder of Daenerys.
Yeah.
He'll tell him, I'm not there.
But they don't show him
He's the
snitching
kid who-
on himself.
Jon Snow is a kid who yells at the teacher for not giving us homework.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Jon Snow is a full-blown dweeb and a full-blown bitch.
But then also admits he didn't do the homework.
Yeah.
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 And you're just like, what?
So, like, they go like this. They go, listen, we worked it out. You're going to go back to the Night's Watch. Which, not for nothing, Jon Snow's probably like, sick. I loved the fucking Night's
That's where
Watch.
I rule.
Okay?
I'm still wearing
While
black.
they're doing that,
I kill in that room.
Yeah.
the ships that the Unsullied are on
Yeah.
are leaving in the background. Not a single one of those lords was like, yeah, Jon Snow has to fucking die for
Yeah.
killing the fucking terrorist leader who burned everyone alive.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, he's like, fuck it, I like the Night Watch. I'm going to go there. So he goes to the Night's Watch. Tormund is there. They open the front door. Open the back door.
Yeah.
Psych. You don't even have to stay here.
Yeah.
So none of it was even worth it.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
He went straight
Stop
up to
yelling at me. First of all, you will stop yelling at me. You will address me as an adult.
He did not go to the...
Who's he?
John...
I haven't been
Who
paying
have I
attention
been
this
talking
whole
about this whole
podcast.
fucking time,
No.
DeVito? I've been talking the whole time. Jon Snow goes to Castle Black,
Uh-huh.
as was agreed upon in his fucking plea deal, with
Yeah.
no one.
Yes.
Okay?
Right.
With the fucking dickless mercenary army.
Uh-huh.
Can we, yeah.
He goes all the way up to Castle Black. They open the front doors. They let him in. Everyone's like, cool. We like Jon Snow. Jon Snow's like, cool. I like living up here like a fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
They open the back doors immediately. He doesn't even stop. He walks through, goes up
Oh.
into the north with the, and there was like, well, maybe he was just, patrolling. No, because there is not a single watchman there. When he's up there,
He goes
it's
with his
him
wanderers.
and the fucking hobos. They
Yeah,
all go up.
the hobos
and
of the north.
And it's I think he's the new king of the North.
Yeah.
Which is
the
cool.
North is north.
King of the
Which is
North,
fine.
North.
He goes with his bitchin' fucking wolf,
Yeah.
the giant fucking ginger, and he's running the fucking barbarians.
That's right.
Fucking sick.
Yeah,
You
that's
could have
dope.
done that shit from the jump.
Yeah.
You could have done this. You could have done.
I'd like
fucking
to add, no need to open the back door. You got a
Tormund-
hole in your wall.
No, this is how you fucking do that
You didn't
shit.
listen to me.
You fucking have Tormund show up to the fucking prison wall,
Uh-huh.
right? Tormund shows up to the fucking prison wall, implies that Arya and Tyrion sent him,
Yeah.
gets Jon Snow, and they run away up to the frozen north on the other side of the fucking wall, which is perfect and fine.
Yeah.
And it took me 3 seconds to fucking write that shit.
I agree.
None of
There's a way easier way you could have ended with the same ending that Jon Snow
Exactly.
got.
Yeah.
There's so much shit
Sure.
that they did for no reason,
Yeah.
and so much shit that they didn't do
That was
for
obvious. That
no
was
fucking
obvious.
reason. Like,
Yeah.
what was the fucking mindset?
Yeah.
My
My
favorite
And then I gotta
story
listen to
tell.
their fucking pretentious douchebag after episode
All right.
explaining away. Yeah, fuck you, Benioff, you fucking idiot. That was trash.
great.
Just say, I want them Star Wars checks, Poppy. I don't want to do this no more. Fuck these dragons. I want rancors, because that's what fucking happened. They got that. They were like, you guys want to write Star Wars? Because we are fucking this shit up. And they were
"We're
like,
out. We're out of here. We're out of here,
yes, yes. Daenerys goes crazy.
What are they writing?
Jamie gets
Star
killed by
Wars?
rocks. They're doing the new Star Wars movies.
So there's
Those two guys are?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And I
That's
hope to
what's
God-
What
really
about
there.
J.J. Abrams?
So he's doing the next one,
Yeah.
right? But then after
Well, he did
so
the one. It's done.
This is completing.
Talking
They're
more into the
com-
microphone.
They're completing
I'm sorry I got so
this.
upset. I
No,
didn't
this
mean to
is
yell.
this is the passion we need. This series, the Skywalker 9. I don't know what the word for 9 movies is.
They're just doing the next trilogy.
Anthology.
You could just say they're doing the next trilogy.
They're doing a whole other. It's not even just a trilogy. It's like a whole other brand new Star Wars story in a different part of the universe.
Oh, that's fun.
And it's written and controlled by Benioff and Weiss, which
Who?
is
Oh.
the two Game of Thrones.
I hope
But those
they.
guys,
I hope
those
they,
guys are good.
Yeah, but I hope they pull some shit like Rian Johnson, where he's like, I don't even care about Star Wars.
Don't
Oh,
you dare.
Don't you dare.
Why
That
would you
got me
even
so
say
upset.
that?
What?
Ugh.
You want them
Rian
to pull
Johnson.
a Ryan
The-
Johnson, and you
No.
know we don't
The-
speak of that
the-
name on this
the-
podcast.
That was sarcastic. That was sarcastic.
That name is forbidden. It
Yeah.
is
I've
on
loved,
the wall.
I've loved almost every movie. I was fine with the ending of Game of Thrones. I was like, it's fine. I thought like I thought,
it was a
hang
lot
on.
of meth for no reason.
Well, what I say, the way I write this was the where they ended up was fine. I was fine where everyone ended up. It was a great plot line, like outline,
yeah.
but the people who told the story didn't tell it with like this. They just told it too quick, too fast, no love, no. It seemed kind of fastball, and it was like if you telling me what happened in the episode, I would go, oh, that's pretty good. But then watching you, well, you didn't
Yeah.
really pull it off.
Yeah, I think there's two things. There's one story thing that makes me laugh, and then there's one like grand scheme thing that makes me cry. The story thing that makes me laugh is Jon Snow's attorney is a fellow prisoner who
Yeah.
negotiates the worst deal possible.
Yeah.
Like that is my favorite. Is that Tyrion's just like your brother, he should be king, and also let Jon just move up to the north and not have kids.
Yeah.
Also, why are you guys listening to me? I still have chains on. Like
yeah.
it's
I'm literally in
crazy.
jail for freeing a prisoner, and you're asking me about the fate of a fucking prisoner.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the kingdom, and then it's just like, who do you think should be king? Person who's in shackles. Like that makes me.
And he goes, the
But
other
they still,
fucking
but
weirdo.
they still respected him. They still knew he's
Sure.
one of the smartest guys. He's
Yeah.
the guy you go to. They knew.
But they
does-
spent the past season and a half trying to break him down as a smart person. They're like, wow, everything he does turns to
No,
shit.
they weren't breaking down what he did because I still think he still made the best choices.
Yeah, everything
they
he
broke
did-
down his confidence.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Everything
sure.
he did, he was trying to do the right fucking
Yeah.
thing, and
Yes.
it blew up in his fucking face.
And how the hell are you gonna know? How are you gonna know? You try to do what's
You
right.
gotta be in it to win it.
This world is fucked up.
exactly.
Gotta risk it
you
for
gotta
the
be
biscuit.
in it to win it.
Yeah.
And the bigger thing that makes me sad about the whole thing is that HBO was like, you can make as many episodes as you want for the season. Here's a boatload of cash. And they were like, no, we're going to nail this bitch in 6 episodes.
Do we know that?
No, that's from HBO. That's from executives.
HBO said you
can
have as many episodes as you want?
Yeah, I can pull that
Why
up.
would
I
they?
I believe you.
Pull it up.
I trust you.
HBO was
You have to.
printing money off
Pull it
those
up.
fucking things.
Well, I just thought. Well, I don't know.
It didn't make any damn sense.
Yeah,
That's the problem.
It's tough.
Like dumb like that's the shit I'm talking about.
Well, they
The
had
other-
to pick
listen,
a number.
okay, how about
Well, hang
this?
on. Sometimes when I got to talk, you got to let me talk.
Sorry. I have a lot of feelings.
I know you do. And no, but I'm saying if they had to pick a number. So their pacing was wrong. They said 13 or 6. It's like maybe they just thought wrong, but then you can't go back. You're like, hey, we're going to do 2 more extras. They're not going to do that.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but
No.
okay. So you weren't really listening.
I listened.
You were just waiting.
I agree with you, but the point is irrelevant to this point. If, Jose, bear with me.
I'm here.
Now,
I'm here.
the Unsullied, right, who they offered their own fucking land. They're
Uh-huh.
like, there's this fucking, go to the far reach. It's a good thing. You can have it. That'll be your stuff. You'll have your own kingdom. Okay? They're like, no, we don't want a kingdom. Or they said whatever the fuck they said. Now, if the Unsullied said, we're going to stay here in King's Landing and run this shit, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then Grey Worm said, I'm out. I'm going to go over to Noth and mourn hot bitch.
Yeah.
That would have been fine. That would have made sense. That would have been like why Jon Snow had to be tricked about going to the thing.
Yeah.
It would make sense why these things are happening because there was a new kingdom in action, and it goes back to all the political bullshit where you had to do dumb shit to make them happy and do this to maintain a peace. It would have made some fucking sense.
Yeah.
But they didn't. They insisted that Jon Snow not be fucking, just let go. They all these things that they were like doing, and then they were just like, off we go to Noth.
Yeah.
Here's what pisses me off. Right? Listen, Grey Worm, he seemed like a great guy. He seemed like a fine person who understood some things.
Yeah.
When he watched all of those children being murdered, sure, he was still in the heat of watching his girlfriend die.
Yeah.
But even after all that's settled and done, would he be like, yeah, though, she did just kill. I guess because he's like a soldier.
Well, here's the thing. If you don't have a dick and one of the hottest girls that's ever lived fully falls in love with you, you have nailed the fucking unicorn. And if that unicorn then has its head cut off, you're going to have some fucking feelings.
Yeah, but but he
Yeah.
was still. He should have been like, yeah, Daenerys could have died. I don't really care.
He was still kind of.
It was like, dude, you get that
touchy.
she just murdered a bunch of children. She had to go.
Yeah.
My lady was killed, and now my queen was killed.
Yeah.
Like that's a
lot. It's a lot. Because plus you got to think like a guy with that level of duty instilled in him from youth.
Sure.
He fucking blew it.
Sure.
For
What's your knowledge on who the fuck was that one guy? She was like, Uncle, sit down. He must have been
so
some
that
earlier
was-
episode. I don't remember who that guy was. I
That
remember
was
seeing his face.
Eddard Tully. He was so that's Catelyn Stark's brother, I believe. Eddard
Or
Tully.
nephew or
Catelyn
something.
Or nephew, yeah. He would
Oh.
be.
He was the Tully?
He's Tully. So he was the guy who you
Talk more
remember,
to the mic. Yeah.
Blackfish Tully.
Right,
Okay.
okay.
So I think that's his son.
Right.
And he was like captured at the red wedding was for him. It was
yeah.
his wedding. And then he kept
Damn,
on.
that's
he
rough.
was like the whole show pitches. I love he got the best like comic arc of the entire show because he kept on like he would mess things up. He tried to like light someone on fire like a funeral. And
Oh,
he,
the
like,
pyre.
missed the arrow. Yeah,
Oh,
he
that
missed the
guy.
arrow.
That's him. I forgot it was
And
him.
then like he gets captured at the red wedding, and then
Oh,
like
boy.
he gets released, and then he's still used as
And they-
bait. And at the end, he's just like, I think I deserve this. It was a great. That
They
was a great
fucking
Dude,
bitched
sit
him
down.
out at the end, too.
Totally.
Yeah.
Can I also say this is what I thought? I knew they weren't going to do this, but it would have been cool when Daenerys made what's his name king of the land. He was like, I know you're a bastard, but
Baratheon.
Gendry.
Gendry Baratheon.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, you just put that guy in the line for the throne.
Yeah.
So it was like he's actually ahead of you.
He's got a claim.
Because he's got a claim now. So it was like, I was like, what would be wild is if all this shit goes down, then all of a sudden Gendry's the king.
See, that's what I thought was going to happen.
But
I thought it was going to be like a Gendry Arya thing.
I want to.
Man, that'd been great. Yeah.
I want to discuss. Here's why I don't think it would. Here's why I think Bran was the only way to go. I do like the fact that Bran is a guy who's not emotionally. He's like a god. He's got all these powers. He is going to lead the right way, and he had a great seat of team. Do you guys don't like Bran as king? I don't understand.
Bran
people don't like
Uatu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bran was.
And that's the guy you want running.
Bran was kind of shit.
But
If
Bran is a watcher.
Yeah,
Bran is a
listen.
watcher.
If Bran
not
was
like-
warging into like animals and fighting or doing something,
Right.
or like actively doing
Yeah.
something, which he is able to do,
Yeah.
because he can warg into people and warg into animals and
And
control
dragons.
them, and he didn't do dick.
Yeah.
But why would he? He knew he was going to be king.
So he
That's
did
why
like I
Doctor
said.
Strange gave up the goddamn souls, the time
Because he
stone,
knew it was gonna happen.
and he was like, this is where this way goes. I don't need to fucking train a dragon.
Yeah, but if you think about it, also, the Starks fucking cleaned house. Bran is king of the Seven Kingdoms.
super one.
Sansa's
God
king,
bless.
queen of the North. Jon Snow's king in the North.
They got
Arya's
all
king
three.
of the West.
Arya's got her own boat.
Yeah.
They did okay.
Starks cleaned
All
up
thing-
for
all-
how they started. They cleaned
Considering
up.
that their parents got
They came back.
butchered,
They're the Giants.
their brother got
They're the
butchered.
New York Giants.
Oh
the New
man,
York Giants. That's great.
Yeah, they beat the Patriots.
a lot of their
Who saw
family
that?
got fucking butchered. All their dogs got killed.
Yeah.
Not one, not Ghost.
Ghost lived.
Cute little
But
boy.
without an ear.
Yeah.
God bless Ghost.
One of the reasons I don't like Bran as king is because he actually fits a different role much better, and that's Grandmaster.
Yeah.
So Grandmaster's like
that's
the
what.
Maesters,
Yes.
Yeah.
He should have fucking been in charge of the school.
The
Yeah,
Maesters,
but-
the Maesters are supposed to be this like history of the world, and Bran is literally a hard drive for the world.
Yes.
So like he would have been literally the perfect Grand Maester, and he would have been Grand Maester for like 1,000 years.
But anyone
But-
else. But that's the thing is, anyone else being king, the Game of Thrones continues. He's the only
that's-
guy where the Game of Thrones does not continue.
Well, that's the real sad part is that like so Daenerys was like breaking this wheel, break this wheel, break this wheel. You know, family back and forth, back and forth. There should have. I mean, I get that they can't immediately do democracy in a vote, but they could have done like a council.
But they
instead of
did
king.
democracy in a vote. They said,
But only the
after,
leaders.
After
Only-
Bran is dead, they
But-
start.
We'll
they
get
But
start
it's the
together
other
and
side
pick
is
a
that
new king.
Bran, the last Red Raven lived like 1,000 years. Bran's gonna live 1,000 years. The next group of people who vote for him are gonna have like tablets and shit.
Yeah,
They're gonna be
iPhones.
in the future. Yeah, and so it's like they're still gonna be. Like, oh man, we're just waiting for this guy.
He won't fucking
He
die.
won't die. He just disappears. Goes like, yeah.
But
so
he
it's, like,
knows what's
weird.
best from knowing history, from being able to see the future, the past, and all that.
I don't know if he knows what's best. I know he knows what's going to happen.
Well, he knows what's best. That's hence why he didn't lift his hands or his legs, and he just let it all
Because he
happen.
became king. He was like,
I guess
gotta
it's a
play
selfish.
this card, baby.
Yeah. If I do nothing,
Why do you
I'll
think
be
I came
king.
here? Damn.
Yeah, that's ballsy, man. I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
I'm fine with. I mean, I'm fine with it. I get, but it's also
Imagine-
that's not
imagine
my, hang
being
on.
around
Let me
him.
finish. Let me fucking yeah. No, that's the one thing is that like it's also not our story.
Yeah.
Right. So I like Bran being
Yeah.
king because it's like it's not our story. This is what they wanted, and they said J.R.R. Tolkien, with like J.R. Martin Ross.
George R. R. Martin.
Martin
George R. R. Martin, there you
said
go.
to those guys, he said, if you can tell me who's going to be king, they'll let them write the show. And they told him, they said, Bran, and he went, yes.
Yeah.
And that's how they
That's
got
true.
it. So that was the one thing George Martin wanted. Sorry, go
Yeah.
ahead.
I forgot what I was gonna say.
I'm sorry. I know. I was too rude to you. I apologize.
It's okay.
I will, but you make a good point that in the end of the day, it's not our story. It's
their
I
story.
will say,
Bran,
the
I don't have a
weird-
problem with it.
the
I don't have a
weird
problem.
silver
It was
lining-
execution.
Yeah, the weird silver lining for me is that in the end of the day, like it shows you that humans made this, like other people made this, like they kind of flubbed the ending, but it still was like cool to see that other people made this, and they made some weird mistakes, but it's like.
What do you mean?
Just like,
other
it's like
people
I
made?
can make it. It gives me the inspiration that like I could fuck up a finale. Like
Yeah,
I could,
well, everyone
I
can,
could
yeah.
write. You
It
know what I
seems.
mean?
It just seems to me like they spent so much effort doing all these fucking things for all this time to get to the end and be like, it's not that important,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I also read a thing too. They're saying is that like, well, Martin also he is this writer who wrote through growing seeds. So he was like, these are the characters, and then decides
Yeah.
what they do going these other ways. And then he never finished. So then these other guys were like, well, we have to hit plot points. So they went from seed writing to now plot point writing. And so
Yeah.
now these guys had to hit plot points. And then sometimes if you have these plot points, you can't get to there in time. We have to get to this point at this part. Well, if you fuck the pacing up, it's going to seem rushed or it's going to seem slow.
Yeah.
So they did have a very hard task
Oh,
because
super
they
hard.
had to take all the things that he had set up, all this wild shit that he had to do, and then tie it all together and
pay it off.
Well, they should have gave more episodes. They should have did just a few more
Yeah.
episodes.
Just to
8
kinda-
episodes probably would have been perfect.
Yeah.
Just to kind of to touch on that. So remember, I was telling you that it's an actual quote from HBO. This is, I believe, it's from Vulture magazine, Variety. Sorry, Variety magazine. HBO doesn't want it to end. Only the showrunners are ready to wrap things up. In an interview published before the final premiere, D&D, Benioff and Weiss, made it clear that they were the ones insisting on stopping at 8 seasons and limiting the last two.
Because
to
I
a
got
total
shit
13.
to do.
Yeah, HBO said, we'll give you the resources to make this what it needs to be. And then that's what Weiss said.
Yeah.
And then Benioff was like, HBO would have been happy for the show to keep going.
He
to have
said,
more seasons.
"Give me lightsabers."
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah.
Oh, then I
Do we
got
really
stick
think
though.
that's really?
So that's
You think-
happening?
That's how that happened.
No, but I mean, do you
it's-
really think that the reason that was happening because he was like, "Give me lightsabers"?
I can't see
How would you
that
give a
I
shit?
listen. I can't see that two guys who have been so fucking overly planning and doing all these things for all this time got to the fucking end and smashed the fuck it button. It's
crazy.
hard
But
for
they
me
could
to.
have just messed up.
That's a pretty big sweeping fucking mess up.
So you really think it's because they got lightsabers in their eyes? They were like, we got a galaxy far,
It's
far
a-
away to get to,
oh,
and it's a
yeah.
long drive.
It's
That's that Disney money.
What's not. Here's the thing about Game of Thrones. It's not movies,
It is every episode's a movie.
but it's not movies.
You think it's not movie money?
It's TV.
Dude, they made so much.
It's not
Yeah.
movies. And not only are they going to be making movies now, they're making fucking Star Wars movies for
From
fucking
scratch.
Disney.
Like from scratch.
Yeah.
They got
But I would be like, yeah, but if we fuck this up, there's a good chance that Disney might pull the fucking deal on us.
The ink on that contract is dry, baby.
No, man, they took it from
No,
Ryan
no,
Johnson.
They took it from Ryan. Well, no.
Did they
took
take it, or did
they
he
took
just
it
like,
from- they
y'all
took it from
mean I
this
don't want
guy.
to do this no more?
They took it from Jurassic World guy. They took the third Star Wars because remember this the third, Rise of the Skywalker now was originally going to be directed by the guy who directed Jurassic World.
Woof.
Yeah.
All right.
So they took it from him. They were like, "You good, JJ? Come back in because we ain't giving it back to Ryan."
Let's get into Star Wars next episode.
Sure.
Because we have so
'Cause
much to
we're
talk
at-
about with Star Wars.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
going
at-
to yell
this is a
again
nice
and
way
be
to say it.
mad, and you're going to get pissed at me. But
We're
I'm
at
going
an
to
hour
scream
20.
and
No, I'm fine
fucking
with
yell.
yelling. I'm fine with yelling. I
We're
love
at
the
an hour
passion.
20, so
Um,
it's good.
We just gotta let me. If I gotta get in, you gotta let me get in.
I know. I didn't mean. I don't do it on purpose. Just tell me.
I know you
and I'll
don't do it on
stop.
purpose.
I'll stop.
Because it's hard because I can't see your eyes, so I don't know when you're gonna. I usually can tell when you're gonna stop talking through your eyes.
They're red.
Defense mechanism.
Yes, if they're blazing, if there's fire in
You
them.
can't tell, but they're bleeding right
Yeah,
He's gonna turn and have the Jedi eye.
yeah.
The
So we're
You want another chance
Where-
to finish that sentence? Because you
No,
kind
I'm
of
good.
petered out
I'm
on
good.
it. All right.
I'm good.
where are you guys performing? What do we do plugs?
I'm
Dan?
at the
I mean,
cellar.
I don't know.
Plugging?
I'm at the cellar.
I don't know. We do plugs.
I
I guess say your Twitter, your Instagram.
I'm at the meat locker.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Don't
Nice,
do
rest
that.
in peace. What's your Twitter and Instagram?
My Instagram is 666JSS.
Great.
Yes.
I never really put it together.
Big old at 666JSS. And my Instagram is at JSS13.
Yep. My
Picked all the
Do I
cool
go? Do I
numbers.
go?
Yeah, go.
Do I go?
I don't have. I was
Yeah,
gonna say
I don't have
something
anything
awful.
yeah, on Twitter I'm at Hovacane, and then on Instagram it's at
Oh
Axel's
yeah,
Dad.
we're Twitter.
Yeah, it's
we're
a whole
Twitter
thing.
bros
We are. Yes, we
Why
are.
are you Twitter bros?
because we're actual friends
Because we're
and we tweet
Oh,
at
you're
each
already
other.
Oh,
because
yeah.
we hug. And
I love that Hova. It was also your AOL
Oh
screen
God,
name.
yeah,
You've had that for
I can't
30
get rid
years.
of it. I've been trying.
You can't get rid of it. You just get a new one.
Yeah, well, I could. Yeah, I guess
Yeah,
you're
don't
I'm
get
gonna
rid
change
of
it
it.
for
You're
the
allowed
next
to
show.
like that shit.
Change it for the next
Hilarious.
show. No,
Yeah,
yeah.
No,
No,
keep
because if you
Hova
tweet
King.
at me, I won't know it's you.
Right.
Yeah.
Greg, what's your Twitter?
Greg F. Stone on it's Greg F. Stone on Instagram and Greg Stone _
On the twit.
on the twit. I will be at if this goes up. It's not going to go up tonight, so never mind.
Maybe.
I'll be at Poughkeepsie tomorrow, Saturday. What's tomorrow's date? Does anyone know?
The 25th.
The 25th. If this goes out before the 25th, then come out. I'll be in Poughkeepsie tomorrow. Laugh It Up with Jim Twos. And check out the Rad Dudecast. If you're not from the Rad Dudecast,
Yeah.
check out the Rad Dudecast. It's the funniest podcast on the internet.
Absolutely.
Thank you guys.
All right.
Ugh.
Cerebros.